resurgence in faith.
Oh, goodness gracious. One second. Damn, son. 48 people? I did not expect that. Sorry, I had to do something. I have to change. That's why my camera's off. Bro, my freaking kid has strep throat, dude. She just freaking laid down. I asked her if she wanted to lay down with me. She's like, no, I want to watch YouTube Kids. I was like, all right. She's like, I don't want to get you sick. Yeah, man. Strep throat, dude. Brutal. TBH. I just had to pay for antibiotics. Must be nice to be vegan and have free health coverage while people like me that work and have children have to pay for my fucking medical. It's like, it must be nice. It must be really nice to have all that free medical coverage that you don't use. Why? What happened? What did I miss? I mean, we'd all know that the Vegan watches me incessantly. We might even go over the craziness that was yesterday again. Because it was crazy. It was so crazy that it might need to be gone over again. It's up to you guys. But I'll say this, and I want to make this very clear. The moment that vegan gets help and actually helps herself and stops being an abhorrent individual, my coverage of her will stop. Because I don't like that she said that, like, oh, because Victoria bended the knee to Big T, that's what. No, that's not what happened. Victoria made it very clear that she did not want, Victoria made it very clear that she didn't want to argue with me and things were getting too much from her. She didn't berate me and be like, fuck you, Controlla, you're insignificant. I don't know. She actually humbled herself. But I will also say that, and I'll also say the major difference between vegan and Vicky is like, I know that Victoria said that she was going to call my job, but she actually hasn't done that. Until she actually does, she's not like vegan. Because vegan can try to like gaslight and pump fake to everyone. I didn't contact Big T's job. I didn't have anything to do with that. I could ruin her life. I have all the information, but I just didn't. That's lies. That's lies. She's probably still calling the cops on Nick because she lies and tells people that she didn't do anything to me. She never went real life on me. She could have, but she just didn't. That's a lie. That's a lie. That is a lie. Because that's just a lie, and I'm just not even going to elaborate it on any further. It's a lie. You definitely were involved with people contacting my work. You definitely were involved with people filing reports against me because your name was in an official report. You were named as a quote-unquote victim of harassment, by the way. I don't harass vegan. I want to make that also very clear. I do not contact her. I don't tag her. I don't talk to her. I don't say anything directly to her. I watch her publicly available streams and I give my opinion to the public. She does not have to watch, nor does she have to listen. She chooses to do so. Real simple. It's like me saying that Samantha is harassing me. Samantha doesn't contact me directly. Now, is he libeling and slandering me? Yeah, but like harassment? No, he's not contacting me. I mean, he might tag me in videos. I don't know, but I have him blocked so that I wouldn't see that. I think that somebody should contact the court and let them know. Like, I wish that I lived locally to some degree. I hate California and I would never want to actually live there. But, like, I wish that I had, like, because, first of all, she's lying about everything, and that order shouldn't be real. Yeah, they created a monster by giving her that RO, and it should have never been done. That judge is a kook.
Leading my life like this.
Let's go. This is so crazy. I have to recap it twice. Yeah, she's a legal DV victim. She's a legal bum. She looks so awkward with makeup on.
Chat mode. We're gonna go through a story time, and then I don't know when I'm gonna be back.
We're gonna do a 5-hour story time.
It's really not really giving me humanity for right now, and I gotta break some things down. I know people think they're trying, and I appreciate that, but this is what scares me. I have done so much in my life when I didn't want to be alive.
Thank you for the bacon.
I did a lot for other people.
Thank you for the bacon.
Look, I gave a kid like $400 to disappear out of town because everybody hated him. I'm not kidding.
Thank you so much.
So I will not ask when I think I deserve something better. I will make it happen myself, and if I can't, then I go off and I do my own thing without people telling me they care who could do more. Because I've done the most, and I've done it for other people too, just not myself. And I'm not getting treated well for that. I'm getting my time wasted. I'm getting my body treated like, I mean, even with OnlyFans, dude, I got a lot to break down. I'm not going to take too long, but...
What up, Heel Grappler?
I'm going to mention this, and I didn't want to. My mama thought I was going to protect her forever, and she's not protecting me right now. And I don't want to hurt her, but I have trauma.
I have trauma.
Trauma that she let happen right in front of her when I asked her for help, and I don't ask her for help because I moved out when I was 18 so that I did not have her.
Trauma.
Excuse me, yes, mother, that's what you did. That's why you got ordered to go to a fucking goddamn counselor, and you won't go to a family counselor, lady. You have problems, woman.
That's crazy.
All right, I'm gonna break this down because it really wasn't your guys' business, but I'm so crushed by
What's
everything.
trauma?
And I've been denied the access for any type of location stability so I can get medical. Okay, you guys are...
She's been lacked access to location stability, but she's lived in the same stable place for over almost a year now. So we've denied her access to location stability, but she's been in the same place for almost a year now. Bro, it doesn't take long to get your medical shit established. Like, all it takes is finding a doctor and going. Trust me, I know. I deal with it all the time.
Fucks who went after my EBT. I've already talked to the office like 2 times. Nancy insists. I do not recommend calling them back. They will probably start investigating you.
Honestly, I would love to talk to EBT and let them know that she's a scamming, damning bitch. I would love to. I won't be the one to make that phone call, but I know someone will.
I am a domestic violence victim in
No, you're not.
jurisdictions on paper.
No, you're not.
I know you're a sociopathic whale with no brain. You have large cells. You don't have brain cells. When you open your mouth, you drool. You don't speak, bitch. Okay? Fuck you for everything you said about me. I don't know why you think I would treat you well.
I don't want you to treat me well.
And nobody does love you. Look at you. You're on your computer all day drooling. Ignoring life that you don't have to ignore. That I thought I was going to have and had ripped from me because I actually was in love with someone and cared. You are a consuming piece of bitch shit. And you have no right to antagonize me how you have. Or anyone. And
I have every right to antagonize you. I have every right. You want to know why I have every right? Because when I was being antagonized with my domestic violence and people were making hashtags for my ex to quote unquote finish the job, you went and promoted his channel. You went and did an interview with him. You went and supported the piece of shit that created a hashtag for my domestic abuser to finish the job. So I am allowed to antagonize you. I am well within my rights and very justified to do so.
what? Victoria submitted? Is that because you did it publicly? Remember all the times I submitted to you?
You never submitted, and it's not about submitting.
You have every right to do the things that are actually not in your right to do, Mitch. There's laws, okay? Trust me, you don't do it the other day. I'm just going to say that.
I don't care.
And I don't ever pay attention to you. That's how worthless you are to my life, okay? And you're stuck with me in your head rent-free. You made my life hell, bitch. You literally turned my reality into a 180.
I really appreciate you giving me so much credit and so much power.
Of people not taking you seriously that absolutely have no reason to not. Because you lie. Because your own life failures, bitch. I don't want to know what degree you don't deserve because you don't. And you're not very smart. It's very obvious you are better at eating than speaking when you open your mouth. I'm not even trying to be a bitch. There's something disgustingly, sadistically empty about your soul. And nobody deserves to be...
True.
I didn't want to give you my attention, lady. I'm so sorry that reluctantly abuse gave me more attention than you on the internet. Wow, why do you think I wanted that?
Okay.
Do you think I would have given it to you if I could have without you doing all the...
I promise you, it's not abuse that gave you attention. It's not abuse. It's your mental illness. It is your literal mental illness. Okay? You had no care and compassion for me. None whatsoever. When people created a hashtag for my ex to quote unquote finish the job, for him to quote unquote be freed so that he could beat the shit out of me one more again. You promoted that. You were cool with that. But now that you're a victim, I'm supposed to give more of a fuck about you than you ever gave about me or any other woman? It don't work like that. It doesn't work like that. When you have the time to be compassionate and kind to me about my DV, you chose not to. And I'm just returning the favor. Also, you're not a victim because no one ever beat you up. Ever. Never, not once.
Things you did to make me lose my mind when I was under a lot of stress, trauma, and grief. You're a counselor, bitch. You ain't not gonna have a job if that's how you fuck. You're gonna kill someone. Gross.
And that is slander. That is also dangerous to say. Like, extremely so. But go off, sis.
All right, that got off my chest, and I won't be speaking about her after that.
Sure, you talked about me this whole live, though.
My mother. She fights like a mama bear when it ain't about me and her. And there's been a few times in my life where I sank or swam.
Vegan, you ever notice how it's everyone but you? You ever look into that at all? And like, oh, I don't know, step back and think, well, maybe it isn't everyone else. Maybe it is actually me.
And if I swam, it was by myself. Well, she watched me sink, and I was traumatized forever after that. And that's why
my mommy that I punched in the face and I lied about it for months and months.
You contributed to taking from me, but you don't care. And I know what I've been through, and it was gross. And the more I look behind me, the more I want to be here less. The more I want to take down my OnlyFans. I have people like all these dudes that want to like banter and like tell me to smile and like all this cheap shit. I have simps that tell me, come live with me, be my wife.
I doubt that.
Do you know what has happened to me every moment of my life that I did not have control of my own life and decisions? I've been abused, or I've been left to be abused by circumstances that could have been avoided. I am a person, I cannot like literally hold the world on my shoulders.
What do you hold on your shoulders? You don't even take care of your dog.
So we're gonna go on to the other side of the road. I gotta get this off my chest, and then I might not be back for a very long time. Okay, I might actually deactivate this channel.
We're not worried.
It's pretty intense because I know how hard it is to bring a channel back to deactivate. I mean, fuck it. Maybe I'll just delete it, honestly, at this point. Nobody gives a fuck about me as a human. Okay? It is all, what can you do for me, vegan? It is not, what can I help you with to feel alive again? All I've ever seen from this place, and then now, like, even worse, is people that think, like, if I can't just give you something that I don't feel comfortable giving you, that I have to waste my time telling you that over and over again to get a penny. I have to go on a panel where I would have told those people off the camera all the things they wanted to know, but we had to talk to chat who knows exactly what the fuck they did to my life. I've held out a lot longer than most who would have ever been under this kind of pressure, and I don't think anyone I know ever has in this community. And
Yeah, well, because most people would realize that they're the problem and they would get help, but not you. Not you. Not you.
the fucked up part is, I never wanted to be part of this shit because I watched how it went for other people online.
But people keep enabling you.
And then,
That's the problem.
well, let's just say, let's get back into what really broke my heart.
When somebody's own family is done with them and will no longer help them, that should kind of let everyone know, like, the type of person that they are. right? Because it's not like Vegan's mom is like some piece of shit mother who's all her children don't fuck with her because she's a loser. Like, Vegan has siblings that speak to her mom, so clearly her mom is not the problem, but none of them talk to her. That should show you where the problem lies. Excuse me. Yeah. You took the medicine at 5, so 6, 7, 8, 9. At about 9 o'clock, you gotta take it again, okay? Go ahead, take a nap if you want. I love my little. I feel so bad for her, but she's feeling like a lot better. I think that the antibiotic is starting to help. Hello, Edward's mom.
About losing all the things that I loved that were just so bare minimum. They were mid to everybody else, but to me they were everything that told me I was free and I could love myself and I could be proud of myself. And then I tried to start a family. And then I try to love someone.
Imagine starting to start a family when you have literally nothing in life. You don't have a career, can't take care of yourself, can't pay your bills, but you were going to start a family with a bum. That's crazy. Because you're a liar and a scammer and a schemer. And the law favors dumb bitches like you.
I'm not even in a state with coverage in a county I have coverage in because I spent fucking 2 days in the welfare office for them to not get it right, and then I got suspended. So, it's real simple. I wonder when anyone's going to look at me like I'm a person, not a transactional piece.
Oh, okay, Colin.
And I mean that, whether people tell me they care or not. You know what I've seen? Seen a lot of you motherfuckers tell me you care, you cowards. Seen a lot of you motherfuckers tell me to smile. I'm trying.
She wants something for nothing.
And instead I was looping in a cycle of retards that did what they did. And I shouldn't be here right now because I've gone all the way through hell myself. I have. Look at Purple some credit, but he mostly drove and cried a little bit here and there. I mean, he's the only one next to Justin.
I'll give Purple some credit, but he mostly drove and cried. Like, she can't even give the person who's literally been giving her life credit.
Here. Why would my mom want that for me?
She's awful.
To be in a situation... Whoever had the right to judge me with my driving anyways, which I've never actually crashed into anything.
Because you're violent, and your mom doesn't want you around her because you're violent.
You guys are like fan-faking reality for me, and that's not only sad, that's really damaging. And I'm starting to wonder how many of you online actually have any soul at all. I wouldn't do that to someone. I've never done that to someone. I don't care about what other people want to be lying about or who they actually are unless they're really like close to me and I need to know if they're going to be good to me and I can care about them. Because when I care, I am loyal. And, wow, yeah. You know what's
Meow,
crazy?
TBH.
He never paid rent. He was supposed to, but he's young. He protected me every time. Nick was scared of him. He never went after him like he did with Ethan, and Ethan loves me too, but Ethan was such a dork. He would just stand there and be like, "Hey, dude, you shouldn't be here for that." He was targeted. Luis never got that side of him because Luis was very strong emotionally, and he was a tiny little gay dude, and he watched it all. He watched all of it. He was also just as shocked in the moments where we thought things were fine, and then they took a 180.
Yeah?
And he paid his rent.
You said he didn't.
Anything for Luis and Ethan to be back now.
I know. I can't imagine wanting a family with Nick.
I love Purple and Justin, but Justin's missing. None of them.
Justin's in jail. He's in jail.
This was nothing for you to get involved with.
Justin is in jail. He's not missing. He's in jail. Jail. He broke the law. He's in jail.
Because my mother, she sees my biological father in me every time she gets mad, and you would know if you were there. Purple heard it. Purple is like shell-shocked. The level of denial of my health and my safety when my mother sees my biological father. It's hard to explain, but you would know.
You're a hypochondriac.
He's been way nicer to me since, which is cool, but he should have been anyways.
Oh, he should have been.
But that's not the point. I'm trying my hardest, and I know that people aren't perfect, and I know that he has done the most to protect me, and he only has so much control. Justin's missing, and he tried to.
He's in jail.
I can get into some weird stories about how the end of that era went, but I don't really know what it means.
He's in jail. He broke the law. He's in jail.
I haven't been able to get a hold of Tim.
Justin's in jail.
And the last time me and Purple saw Justin, he was dirty and wobbling on the streets.
Justin
and we didn't know what was going on.
has a drug problem. Obviously.
And then he like passed out in the back. I'm a lover of people that love me. I don't care about people that don't want me to live. But I sure as know how to fight back so I can live, and I don't want to do that anymore. It's exhausting because no one seems to think I'm worth it. And I'm lucky that I was on the streets. Got questions about how I got up here too, and who they were involved with, and why. In the moments of me not having a car, was I the most vulnerable? By design, almost. In the city, I know no one. I've got questions, but that's not the point right now. I don't even care about the answer anymore. It doesn't fucking matter.
Bro, how are you able to just continue a hearing over and over and over again? Like, how? She's literally just pushing this along so that she could use that temporary restraining order and lie. This is insanity.
I just did something for myself, mostly by myself, under so much trauma and
you
pressure.
did literally nothing.
Why would I smile? I wanted to last night, and I was bombarded with questions.
Oh, someone asked me a question, and I couldn't handle it.
I had to be looping in a situation I'm trying to walk away from. And I'm not mad.
How dare you ask me about the truth?
Sweet. I love chicken cakes. Gramps is fine. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It's the whole fucking point, though.
Bro.
Why am I going to be around for everybody to just judge me about things they're not?
If she were my kid, I would fucking be like, yo, I'm not helping you till you get the fuck up off the internet and you go to rehab.
A lot of you guys, okay? And you went for tour.
Rehab.
You were able to walk away. You know what happened when I tried to walk away? I got here. I tried to get my shit started. You went after it.
Rehab.
You harassed his father. You harassed him. You harassed me. You harassed the PD. They're fucking... I really dare you guys to keep calling in if that's the way. We don't get visits anymore, okay? We had the police chief come. That penal code that I translated and other lawyers weren't sure if it was like, because it's an unused code really at this point, which is crazy because it's been around since 2008.
Whatever you say.
At this point, I could have fun with this and make something out of this that I wanted to with all these eyes on me, but I don't think anyone really cares about me as a person anywhere, period, online. And I see a lot of people that say they do, and honestly...
Vegan, nobody cares about you because you don't care about anyone else. You get what you give.
Like I said, there was this kid. I know I always told you guys I was very protected by my group of friends in Ohio. Well, there was this kid I thought was my friend. And we had this big party at my house.
This story
when I was
is
fucking
fucked.
21 or like, it's like 2012.
This story is fucked.
I
don't believe a word of it.
They all went outside for a little bit, and I woke up. Well, I wasn't like awake. I was drunk, passed out, or I thought I don't remember. I woke up with dick in my mouth. And
I just want to be clear. I literally just told the story about how I was raped the other day. The day that she did this live, I told the story about how I woke up with somebody inside of me, or actually, someone's dick in my mouth. I told that part of the story a while ago, but I woke up with somebody raping me. And it's just funny how all of a sudden she tells this story and it's so similar to mine the day that I tell my story. I just find that quite uncanny. I was 14. And that was like the first time. Yeah, I told the story. I really don't want to go into it again, but it's funny. It's weird. It's peculiar. It's a little odd that all of a sudden she tells a story. It's so similar.
I wasn't active. It was a dead fish move. Okay. It was someone that I trusted, and I don't think they would have physically gotten to me if I would. They were sober too, by the way, or mostly sober, just saying. I will take credit where I was a little flirty, but I always was, and nobody ever asked me. As soon as the girls came back in, they literally, I didn't even know really, I was like, what? Fuck. And like, everybody like chased him out. They chased him out, and I still helped him because nobody wanted him in our area. So I gave him like $400 or $500 because that's what he needed to leave. I'm
Sure.
not kidding. I didn't even like him. It was just to get him on my
Whatever
hands.
you say.
And I see all these dudes telling me with carrots over my head, what if I give them what they want, how they'll protect me. That doesn't sound like humanity. That sounds like...
That's how the world works, babe. You gotta give to get. Like, yeah, if you're nice to a dude, they're gonna protect you. That's how it works. Like, I have all these dudes telling me, they're dangling a carrot in front of me. They're telling me that if I want money from them, I actually have to do something, and they should just give it to me. That's her.
A carrot held over my head, and you know what? I am not living that way. The OnlyFans stuff is a waste of my time right now. Last night was a waste of my time. I have had people take from me left and right that think that I owe them my soul to get it back a little bit. I'm not playing that game. When I think I was 17 is when it happened. I'm sorry, Mama. I gotta do it because you won't give me the real humanity to have a therapist. You guys will hear in a second. And I don't want you guys to attack her. I don't want you to say I'm not trying to shit talk her.
That's literally all you do.
Tries when it's not about me, that she has to admit that I'm not the problem for. But everybody else, she'll fight like hell for me for. But like when it has to do with anything she could have done better, it's like she doesn't. I don't know how to explain it. Purple had to witness it. It was traumatizing. I'll just break it down right now. If anyone thinks that it would make sense to give me 1 month rent without a car anywhere, what work history do I have consistency for that I wouldn't need a co-signer with? Oh my God.
Imagine being mad at your mom because she's going to give you money to get an apartment.
To stay is build a business that you all threatened. You made fake abuse videos of my dog and told me that if I tried to advertise in this area, I couldn't get clients. I never tried after that because that scared me. I wasn't going to get rejected at something I knew I was good at. For something like this, y'all want to tell me how I don't do things and didn't do that. I know y'all sit on your ass telling me how you didn't fucking think I did this while you can't see me, and you still try to ruin my life. Yikes.
She's like, she got southern all of a sudden.
We're gonna break it down. I'm so sorry. I don't want to have to talk about this, but you know what? I've been robbed of health, mentally, emotionally, and stability, and I tried really hard.
She thinks everyone is dumb as her.
And even like I said, when I got here, it should have been fine. I should have been able to build a client base.
Who plans to bring VP where?
And you guys literally... I could have done more with DoorDash on the scooter, with the other gig app that I got back after you guys nuked my other channel. Like, all the things that I've done are provably your fault for fucking with, okay? And I don't want to hear that I'm a disgusting piece of shit because I was in a car when I was abused and homeless. Yes, I was abused. Emotional abuse is abuse. Also, I'm the only one who suffered cuts and scrapes, okay? Even when I was baited into slightly slapping someone. Okay, yikes. I know, Controlla, it is like mind-blowing to me that you run off this hill. Like, you're so provably wrong. How did that go with you and my degree?
Am I?
Did it bother you that I'm younger and I barely got an associate's? I was going for veterinary and I had medical issues and I had to stop. And that's when I started getting into pet sitting because it was still in my field.
No, it's not.
It's easier than being in a clinic. It didn't feel good and like burdening everyone. I know that at a client's house I can sit down if I get dizzy. And they like it because the pets and I just kind of kick it. It works. That was it. I mean, also, it's a little bit easier than fucking, I don't even listen to Rise Against like this anymore, but I used to, and this is a good song. Sorry, not sorry. All right, so let's start with where it all fucking began. Brief rundown.
Her mom knows that her daughter is mentally ill and possibly on substances. And her mom is not going to let her come home, but her mom is willing to help her in a way that she can. In order to get a car, that would be thousands and thousands of dollars that her parents aren't willing to shell out. But what they were willing to shell out was first and last month's rent.
And my sister, I don't know, man, like, I've started having to record people, which, by the way...
Imagine recording your family.
Because so many people are telling me the skies are yellow when I swear to God they're blue. So when I see that they're blue, I have to record it. And I'm not doing it to hurt anyone. But I want to show people and myself that, hey, I'm not full of shit in my own brain. Because I feel crazy right now with some of this stuff. And I'm like... I wouldn't know. psychiatrist noted that I held it together pretty damn well before I had to go homeless. And
Sure.
they still gave me all my documents, but they couldn't treat me. I'm in California without coverage in Arizona. And Alex Mayers, I know you're insane, and you love to pretend that you like have a right to dig into things. Maybe the strip club didn't tell you I worked there for a couple reasons. A, you're a fucking.
Because you didn't work there.
Let's be real.
Because you didn't work there.
Fucking stage name. Would you use my name that you doxed? Yeah.
You didn't work there. You're a liar.
Also, like, maybe they just aren't going to tell you that, you dumb whore. Speak less.
Why not? Why wouldn't they tell someone that? Why wouldn't they tell someone that?
My parents at least pretended to care about me so that I was ashamed enough to not be proud of what I felt forced into because I didn't want to bother them.
So she's committing crimes. She's admitting to committing crimes.
It was like a 5 or 4 pile up in LA on the 57. I was still in Pomona. I went and got my friend from Bakersfield, my roommate in Ohio that never paid rent, but he was still my friend. Well, he went back to his mom's in Clovis, and I had just moved there, and so I was lonely. I wanted to see a homie, so I drove all the way to Bakersfield at my dime, brought him back to LA. Well, it was OC where I was at.
Because you're a thirsty
bitch. I always did that. I always bought people food, and because nobody else around me was like as advanced with like getting ahead until I got really sick. And then for 3 years, I suffered where I just did my best and I had no quality of life, and I was just tired. And then you know what? The best part of my life wasn't to be able to be social. It was to take my dogs out in the morning and at night. And
I really am running super low on medications, aka pre-rolls. So if you'd like to donate to support the cause, feel free.
And that's when they finally, after the worst, like, I'm telling you, I don't tell people I need help unless I really need it, because I don't like to do that. I was treated like shit for that in my life, and I'll tell you that in a second. Sorry, Mom, I gotta do it. You have literally denied me the ability to have therapy. You ripped me off from it when the therapist told you to come take family therapy in account too. I have been in therapy my whole life. And no, I don't believe what you-know-who said about what she said. I talked to my sister about that. My little sister was physically threatened by that person. And
you're a liar.
Too. Nice try, though.
You are a liar.
I was friends. I thought I was friends with this person.
Yeah, she took my story and made it her own.
Twist whatever you want.
Yeah. Sorry, it's garbage day and I had to give my dad the garbage. Look at this ugly face that she has. I'm vegan patriot. I'm such a miserable bitch. It's everyone else's fault but mine. Purple, shut my light off. Mom, give me money for a car. Controller, you're a fat bitch.
Sum all of my view on everything up right now. I see a bunch of dudes that would rather like bother me constantly without any real result to like.
It kind of sounded like the female Cartman.
I'm trying to survive. Like, don't insult me, okay? OnlyFans dudes, and don't tell me that like if I give you something, you'll give me a car. That is probably something I should have done. I don't know why my mom would like for me to get 1 month rent in LA with a what is it called? Fuck it, I know what the word is. Security deposit. She's down to pay like $4K, I think, for that for 1 month. But how would I get that without a consistent income plan of trail? Because you guys have fucked with everything for so long this year. Like, I've had a purpose. I know how it goes. I sure don't have an eviction on my like record, though, nor do I owe any debt. And I do have all the references from my other homes that are good and clean. And
you do owe debt. You have a lien on you. You have a lien on you from the car that you didn't pay off. Duh. Come on. Like, you do have debt. Your credit score is crazy, Bash.
I have the fact that
ads.
The last place was over DV. The fact that I got
that's the only way I'm making money these days.
Charges got twisted around me.
I'll do it in a little bit.
The property manager, his name is Nick. Okay, so just we're talking about manager, Nick. He was always really good to me. He gave me my security deposit back and wrote me a reference letter and sent it to all my neighbors.
He lied for
I guess
me.
It's me though. I was relieved of my need. Yeah, controller, documents, reading. I know. Bitch, like, please just bother educating your brain. If you're that stupid, fuck, find food. That's your calling. But get out of my life with your bullshit.
No.
You're messing with my reality, and it's not acceptable. Get away from my life.
I shouldn't be able to mess with your reality. Like, that shouldn't happen. Like, I should have no bearing on your quote-unquote reality. Like, I should have no bearing on what vegan. You don't impact my life in any way, shape, or form. Even the people that talk about me incessantly, I know Away With Words talks about me every day. Like, Away With Words does not impact my life in any way, shape, or form. They're not impacting my reality. In fact, they don't affect me at all. I block them. I don't pay attention to them. They don't exist to me for all intents and purposes. You should do the same thing to me. But I know that if you did do that, you couldn't play victim. You couldn't play victim if you did that. So I get it. It's all a game to you. What? I think I'm gonna do it again because this one's a good one too. I'm vegan patriot. Oh wait, no, we have to do. I'm vegan patriot. I have a big man voice and I'm 6 feet tall like a fucking giraffe. And I'm really mad at my mom because she won't send me money for a car after I stopped paying my car that they gave me money for already. Hey, Purple! Purple! Can you come shut my light off, Purple? I'm just gonna walk around half naked in front of a child. And then when I get called out on it, I'm gonna be like, oh, he thinks I'm sexy. Literally no one finds me sexy because I'm a fucking giraffe. Alright, that's it.
If you're too stupid to follow, because I have to be smart enough to keep up bare minimum, and I ain't that smart.
We know.
So
We know. We know.
Why? You do, though. Get away and live it. You're too stupid to fucking be invading my life like this. If you can't even follow it to get facts right. I don't have my degree.
I'm so stupid.
You made me buy a whole other one when I had a picture from the one of my fucking goddamn...
Who's actually stupid? The person who got debated into buying a degree that they know that they had, or the person who debated the person into buying a degree that they knew that they had? Like, stop it. Just stop the malarkey, okay? You got, okay? I played 3D chess and I won. Because at best, you didn't have a degree and I was going to bust you out. But at worst, I was going to make you spend money on a degree that you knew that you had. It's a win-win-win! Duh! Come on! You made me buy a degree that I knew that I had. Exactly.
Storage unit, and they both had different lettering, but they were both from the same college. Where's the humanity? Where's the IQ? You're stupid. People, why do people listen?
Where's the IQ? Where's stupid? Where's stupid? I didn't go and pay for a degree that I knew that I had, bitch. Okay, I didn't do that.
Bitch. Get away from me, all of you. What do you hate? That, like, I've been through trauma and I worked really hard and not, like...
Yes, vegan. Your life is you've been through so much trauma, you know, your life is so traumatic, you know, because between the two of us, you know, your life is, you've been through so much. You're such a survivor. Vegan's a survivor. She's not gonna give up. She's gonna stalk Nick and be on the YouTubes. She's She's gonna go to the courtroom. She's gonna file and never stop filing. I'm not smoking meth. But you are.
Have to have anyone control me. Is that what you guys hate me for? I've had to be someone I wasn't, defending myself constantly.
No, you are who you are.
I was someone who wanted to take everything from me. I didn't know that. I think if I really knew that at the beginning, it even took me till this season to realize that even though stealing an accident, and that person convinced me forever.
I'm sorry, but this annoys me. Who in the fuck measures their life by seasons? Okay, this isn't this isn't like, we're not a fashion house. Okay, oh, that's so last season. Like, nobody talks like that. No adult's like, oh yeah, this season was so hard. No, like, no one talks in terms of seasons. Like I said, unless you're a fucking fashion designer, stop it.
That was the one thing they never did. It truly hurt me on purpose. And I believe that. Until I saw the footage from... I was, like, laying in jail. And Patty called me because she said Rosie got out.
Patty!
And the doors were all open and shit. And then she said he went and talked to her about footage because he wanted that video of him and Chicken that night. And she said, you're not supposed to be here. Because she protected me. And then he doxed her for that and called action to her this year. Justin's missing. He looked like shit last I saw him, and I don't know where the fuck
he's not missing. He's in jail.
Who acted like shook, and I don't think it's about me. It might be about... I don't want to get into that. I don't think it's about me or Purple. That was weird, though. Because the PD office was, like, the chillest, actually, at first. And then that guy was really nice until I called him, too. And then he looked up the case, and he told me never to call him again. I have no idea what that means. I don't know what the depths of all that shit are. And I don't think Justin's aware of it, because last time I saw Tim...
He told you to never call him again because your friend's a freaking illegal drug addict. Illegal drug dealer.
Yeah, there's something weird in this town, and how I got here is always going to be a question. And
you drove there?
Because of one.
And then you took a bus
11
there?
hours. And then went to 3 different counties. I went from Arizona back to California, LA, Riverside, Orange County. Nobody gave me gas except for Dex. And then Billy would always give me fucking weed. Cheeto, everybody I bounced around to make you guys content for. I don't see where I got compensated for that, because y'all gave them money to hurt me more.
You got compensated in dick.
And all the Simps that paid a lot at the beginning because they thought they could control me and possess my body. I am a person, and I did have a soul, and I did love someone, and I was allowed to have a mistake and go back to them when they manipulated me enough into thinking they still cared. And that's not something I'm proud of, but it is human. It's not crime. I don't deserve this.
I don't deserve this.
When I was 17...
I don't deserve the consequences for my actions.
Now, I don't know if everyone remembers all the things I've had to remember. That's why I started recording things, because I've been traumatized into being forced remembering things. And I've proven that I wasn't wrong in my memory in a lot of cases. But with this one, there seems to be a dispute. So I wish I would have had a camera for this one. But it seemed to be valid enough for my mom to be forced to see a therapist with me after I tried to kill myself over it. I've never really cared if I lived or died. But if I wanted to die, it was always because of stuff that my mom just looked at me for, and she would talk to me like I was my bio dad. So she would say things that weren't related to me at all. And my dad and my sister...
I guarantee you they were related to you. You're just delusional.
So we're going to get into this. I don't remember what happened, but in hindsight, I realized that, look, what I think my mom really won't admit is that I moved across the country because she inspired me. I was more responsible. I put my money in the places that she didn't. And it's just always been that way. I mean, the woman, like, would rather...
So I just put this together in my head, and I can't imagine that this is anything else. So do you guys remember when Vegan said over and over again that she saved up $10K to move out west? But then in this stream, she let it slip how she got $10K for a car accident. How much you want to make a bet that that $10K she got from the car accident was the $10K that she saved to go to LA? It has to be. It has to be. We see how she is with money. She's not fiscally responsible. I'm not fiscally responsible. But I'm learning how to be, I just grew up like a year ago. But yeah.
pay $40 for a fucking phone case than a fucking Amazon delay of 2 days for a $10 version of it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm not the problem. I've given her money in advance for trips that she would have lost money on if she had just had a fucking, like, you know, because last minute bookings are so expensive. So I would literally loan her money for trips and shit. And when I had money before I moved, I wanted to buy her and my grandma and my dad cruises because I had it. And that was after what I'm just going to tell you happened. Long story short, I realized my little sister was planned. I always grew up, I had to come through this with 2020. Yeah, this is what happens, Mama, when you don't really respect that I need therapy and I can't just get it because I'm bounced around back and forth and you do nothing. Okay? This is your fault. And a lot of the trauma is you not doing things that you could have done better because you can't get over whatever emotional trauma you have because you hate my bio dad or something that happened with my grandpa that I, by the way, all of you people that stubbed your toe or stepped on a thumbtack, I did all that and then I got ran over by a car a couple of times. I'm gushing blood. Let me know when your little bruised thumb is like more important to me than my dying, bleeding out body. That's literally the analogy I'll leave you with that one. A lot of you people have been through hell in little different ways that are normal, and I respect that, and I don't demean that.
I'm sorry, vegan, but nothing that you've been through is worse than what I've been through. And I don't like to be that person. Like, I don't like to, like, compare trauma, right? Like, because I think that's pretty gross. Because everybody deals with, you know, trauma and hard situations in different ways. But there's no way that I'm ever going to believe that her breakup with Nick is somehow worse than finding my husband dead on the bathroom floor, holding my 10-month-old. Like, there's no way there's no way that, like I said, me finding my husband dead on the floor with my 10-month-old in my arms is worse than her relationship with Nick. And I'll even go on to say that there's no way that her relationship with Nick was worse than the man who beat me up. Like, I was in a relationship with someone who was beating me up, who slapped me in the face with hot pizza, who destroyed my home. Like, actually destroyed my home. When I tell you he destroyed my home, like, he tried to set my bathroom on fire. So I can't wrap my head around that. I can't sit here and be like, yeah, life is so hard, vegan. You've been through so much, so difficult. I can't. I'm sorry. But also, I wanted to show you guys something that I got for my car. It's a Saint Christopher pin. Yeah, she's mad that chat saw her true colors. She's mad that we figured out who she is.
But why do I get to mean? My grandpa died too, and that was the worst fucking fear in my life because all of my fucking grandparents were alive. And you know what? Instead of getting to see him, which is fine because he was not in the state of mind. The last I saw him was really good. We were talking about business, and I told him about leaving, you know who, and he was fine. I'm not giving space to grieve. I'm not giving space to process. I'm not giving space to heal, and that is what Purple and his dad tried to do. And I'm really grateful because I got to the bare end of the line of fucking fire, but I'm still hot and burning on my ankle, and no one wants to cut that string off so I can walk out the door. I do have resources. They're not just instant, though. I have rights. I have codes.
I have rights. I have codes.
Do not keep false reporting me. It won't go well for you. I'm promising you I don't care at this point, though. Actually, I hope you both of you do.
Here's the thing. Nobody's false reporting you because I feel like, well, at this point, you don't make any money. So, you know, I don't know. But you are a scamming bitch. Yeah, she's going to walk out that door because her name is George.
You have no idea who I've spoken to and who has what.
You have no idea. I spoke to the FBI guys.
There's a lot of things I have not put my fingers in at all that are happening, and I don't know what exactly that means, but it seems to be people that are connected to the problem. And I do always want to know what the FBI had to do with all this. And I know I'm not the target. I wonder, though, if there were some things that were bypassed with my rights just to kind of, like, catch something else. I told you guys the morning of the trial, I didn't threaten the courts. I didn't.
You did.
I said, listen, like, whatever's going on, I don't care about the rest. I just want peace with this, with my life. I said that, and that was when I got that judge. And he listened like you guys don't. And I did get yelled at because finally at the end he was talking about cyber law, and I want to be happy. But my life is too intense to be happy right now. And I was puking that whole morning. I saw him die when he said what he said about Lillian. I didn't like when my sister's baby got fucked with. I didn't like when my grandma got dogs.
Bro, my kid's so cool. She wants Heelys for Christmas.
I fucking, but you know what? My daddy, he loves me. I know that. And he's probably put more effort into things than even my own mother has my whole life. I'm not his blood. And I had to come to terms with some things in 2020 that were pretty intense. Where I realized that I was always given such a nice upbringing with normal people and middle class and everything that I wanted. And you know what? My dad did treat me a little bit differently. I had the horse that I wanted. And, I mean, he covered child support for my 2 big sister and brothers. And my little sister had dance. We were never wanting, but he did a lot. And then, when I was like 17, I realized that my little sister and I were, when my mom, okay, I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. I don't know the depths of when it started, but my mom was really happy until, like, I don't know, maybe I was like closer to 8 or 9. And then I don't know what happened because my sister it was like something changed in her. I don't know what life stresses she was under or what medical issues she contended with, because she does have a lot. She has a lot of brain fog, she has a lot of medical issues, and that was why I always wanted someone to love me like my daddy loved her. I thought I had that. And I got the complete 180 of that. Well, I was told I would have that. That was stupid. I'm not. Why would I trust anyone now? No, I don't want to go live with a bunch of random simps. I don't want to live with anybody that tells me that I have to go live with them for them to think I'm human enough to get a car to move the fuck on. I got all my gig jobs back, guys. I don't need any of this, and I don't want to be online. Let me heal. No one wants that for me, because if that were the case, these 2 men who tried their best and have been harassed out the wazoo, me, who's traumatized and will be reactive because I've been having boundaries crossed left and right. Base life needs absolutely sabotage for no reason constantly. Yes, tell me how it's my fault. Guess what? The law doesn't agree with you because I had proof and I saved everything. Trust that. And I had a lot of people at the beginning that did try to help me, and they were terrified. They were targeted, and they don't come online anymore, and they don't even talk to me that much. And I see a lot of people who had the luxury to walk away and pretend that I was just dramatic and still tell me they care platonically or patronizingly. And everybody loves Abby when they get her, but not what it would mean to me to have her taken.
Give me 1 second. I gotta go ask my kid something.
Is literally the most powerful criminal fucking situation. Okay, if you're a victim, you have a ton of rights. There's a reason. If you're an abuser, it doesn't matter if the victim says fuck off. The courts usually, often in most states, I believe here and Arizona, they take things into their own hand after a while. So DV is a big one. It's why the cops didn't make sure Chicken got a charge the night that happened, because if they would have been called and it would have been domestic violence, say Chicken was me and a female, and you know who was a dude. I don't know, whatever you want to put it. Female living together. Okay, so there's this whole basic thematic element to domestic violence. Okay, it's trust. It's exploited trust. It's emotional manipulation to a control element. Okay, that's what coercive control is.
Coercive control!
After my financial shit. But it's really funny because, well, Nick sat on his ass smoking meth when I did all the jobs, by the way. He worked for me. Did he?
My kid wants a jelly cat.
But these are memories that I have a right to have the ability to heal from. It's not a crime, by the way, just saying. I'm not trying to hurt anyone. I'm just telling you guys what really happened because I'm allowed to speak my fucking truth. And it's all shit I've said anyways before. So anyways, my point is, this is totally fine for me to say. Okay, this is called the process of healing that no one wants me to have. That has control. Purple ain't his house. He's done a lot more than he should have to. And honestly, he did his best, and he's upset. He wants to help me more, and he can't. Well, that's fine, because I helped people when I had control of my things, too. And then I had this, like, micro-family.
What is a micro-family?
Even with Jacob. And, even with the drama of you-know-who, like, randomly getting up and disappearing, and some days being really amazing and other days being horrible. And it would go on for weeks where it was amazing, so it wasn't just, like, I would really get into this lull of sense of, like, everything was fine. You guys don't remember we hardly streamed back then? We streamed, like, once a month, or twice, maybe, unless towards the end and Dwell. Every time he ran off, he started his acid face era. And Luis remembers all that beginning shit. The acid face was a joke to us, but it wasn't, because it was horrible. It ruined my first apartment. Which is funny, because that would have been the only one with his DV charge, which was property damage and violent. Okay?
Property damage isn't DV. It's not.
Disorderly conduct.
You smacked him in the face.
Because that was what the damage spelled out.
It doesn't matter. You smacked him in the face.
There were no bruises, no cuts, and it was very much baited. And I still fell for it, and I respect that.
But you smacked him in the face.
Someone that didn't have mail to my house really was there as a gift from my love, and not to take it over, risk my babies. Who the fuck has a right? My home of 9 years, my paradise that I escaped from some of my mother's abuse from. Honestly, her emotional abuse. I know she loves me, and I'm not trying to turn her into a monster. That is the last thing on earth I want to do. My mama loves me somewhere, but she can't when she sees my biodata me, whether it's valid or not. And I'm just going to be frank, Mama, you could go to a goddamn fucking therapist with me, and you refuse. And you refuse to give me stability that's real when you could. Or if anyone just wanted to throw $1,500 at me, Purple could fix up.
Does anyone want to just throw $1,500 at me?
Myself to get back when most of you went to take them from me. What? Because you decided, like, let's check this. Most gig apps have their own TOS. Okay, let's just give me 1 second,
guys. I gotta do something. Okay, so. No, she doesn't like that one. Sorry, I'm doing something.
Then you can even take your pets with you, okay? Also, like, there are workers that, like, get really good ratings that still do a good job. They sometimes smoke some weed in the car. You didn't report me because I'm a piece of shit that didn't deserve to work. And you don't get to tell me how I'm not going to work while you take my jobs. Threaten my income with a business, you made fake abuse videos. Do you think I don't remember this? Oh, honey, the courts very much know. How do you think I've won so much? And you don't even know what all I've won. Or what I know now. It doesn't even matter anymore. I just fought a fight that I thought was to live next to people that I thought wanted me to be alive after a life where I didn't really value myself at all. And then, when I was 17, let's just say, my sister and I don't know, we were bickering or something, but it started, there's something about my sister and my bio dad and my mom and me, and my daddy loved me more than my mom.
My daddy loved me.
My dad, that's my dad. My bio dad, I never knew him, and I don't hate him at all, and I barely knew him a little bit. He was like more of a big cousin vibe. He's Gen X, he's young Gen X. My parents are just like barely boomer. They're cuspers. And I say my parents isn't my mother and my father, but my biological father was a part of my life, although it was not in a fathership role. I have emotional trauma, I have mommy issues. I ain't got daddy issues. I got the best dad in my life right there telling me. However, that being said, I was protected from understanding how different I was as a kid with even just my siblings. There's 4 of us. And sure, like sometimes my bio dad would cut into my life randomly and he was mania, and I've always had to see a therapist because we had to make sure I didn't have what he had. So that bullshit, those smears don't apply. Nice try though. My mama didn't say that, and if she did, it would have been weird. But honestly, how she's been acting lately, I'm not sure. But my sister said there's no way in hell she would have said that. And then she told me she didn't. But my mama is full of shit when she can't cope. I don't know what the fuck is going on in that woman's head right now, I'll be frank. I'll give, here's the thing though. Credit, not my mom, but the person who spread the rumors. There were a couple things that my mama definitely did not say for sure. For sure. There's no way in hell she would have. Including that one doesn't make sense, including my sister. But my little sister got physically threatened for that, didn't she? Telling me not to go to your house. I don't want to talk about people, but I have a right to tell you what I've been through and why it's not okay. Because I've never spent time trying to hurt people. I honestly, I just go fuck off. I don't want to hurt people. It's not worth my time. I've actually spent my life trying to survive in ways that nobody around me, and even I didn't understand. I was just isolated from normal things and even my own siblings, you know. My big sister and brother, they had their mom's house, but they came over all the time. My brother was my idol as a kid. And then me and my little sister bickered a lot. We grew up together. And then we were supposed to be best friends, but honestly, when it gets too hard, just like my mom, she kind of gets, it's like a dissociation. It's like a detachment thing.
It's everyone but her, guys. It's everyone but her.
And I literally only got out of that bed when I was bed rotting, and you don't get to pretend that that's been how I've been the whole time. Y'all saw me multiple times not being that person. You saw when things got hard and stuff got slippery, and it wasn't pretty, and that doesn't put me as a person on the line. It's me as a person who made a mistake that was being put through micro-trauma after micro-trauma.
Ow! What about this birthday cake? What the frickety frack? Frickety frack, frackety frick. My kid wants a Jellycat stuffy. Does anybody know what those are? He wants a waffle.
Really get anything. Like I don't think you guys understand how hard it is for a DV.
$45 for this.
Although mine was false, and we found that out, and I can get that removed. At least the fucking second charge to failure to comply. Yeah, no, Scottsdale done goofed with that one.
We'll see how this goes.
They really helped towards the end, but the damage was done. The ceiling wasn't broken, and my cat wasn't risked. Luckily, it was Rosie. If it were Abby and Rosie, they always stayed by the door. They always came back. Lillian didn't know what the fuck to do when she was outside. Why the fuck do you think I wouldn't go fucking home? Legal or not, and they didn't even get mail, so it wasn't even legal. Moral, no. My home. And then the second officer that visited while I was in jail the first time, because my neighbor thought I was being killed and put in a ceiling. But yeah, I was liked. I had people for a very long time in my life there that cared about me, and I know they did. I mean, Patty was like my mother I never had, and she was a friend too. She wasn't judgmental. She was my parents' age. And my mentor in OC.
I don't have the money right now to pay for it.
And then Red, like, that was horrible. She's always had my back, even like, and she was really supportive of the streaming stuff without judging me for it. I think my best friend in Ohio is mad because she told me to get rid of this piece of shit that ended up being the reason I couldn't afford to go home for her wedding. I mean, she doesn't look at me or talk to me like she used to, and I think it's because I literally made it for everyone's wedding back home except for hers. And hers would have been the most important, and I was so angry. I literally told Louise, like, I love you, dude, but, like, you're part of this. And he said, I'm sorry, Vegan, and I know he was, but he did a lot for me, so it's not like I'm going to hold that against him at this point, but I'm just saying there were people that could have done more that didn't, and I carried the weight of the world with trauma and grief, and nobody looking at me like I deserved a break. Proof left and right. Proof enough that I got an apartment 3 times over, filled out applications for 3 or 4.
You know what? That you said that FAO Schwartz has that? Thank you for that.
Ethan just popped in later on. Jacob never filled out anything with us. He kind of did his own thing. With the false TV charge, at the time I didn't know it was false, and it was manipulation. I knew I was baited, but I didn't know the depths of it until this year. But point is, I still had a charge, even though I wasn't the one who caused the damage. Therefore, that is why I was told to leave, even though I wasn't wanted leaving. Like, my manager, the day he came for the fucking, the day he came to look at the apartment, I knew what it was about. Me and Louise tirelessly worked all night, fixing a mess neither of us made, because we all wanted to stay there. And I could have afforded that no problem if nobody paid. But then my rent got tripled because I still found a lovely new apartment that I really was one of my favorite places on earth. For 6 months I got it. And I felt like I did something huge. Like, I got into 3 apartments in Scottsdale, and that is my home. I don't want Mesa or Phoenix. But you know what? Scottsdale, Miami, and I think somewhere in New York were like there was a list of cities that like skyrocketed in real estate. And to be fair, you would expect that with AT, especially Scottsdale, because anyways, I'll break down the economic stuff. And this is interesting how the housing crash comes into a lot of this. That's the year I graduated. It also was like my age group and younger, social media gen and younger, were just barely at the ability mentally, cognitively to redevelop for a new world of industrial change. That old world brains were not able as comfortably to reassess and readjust. I learned as time went on, right before my brain should have fully developed, what worked for me in the digital new world. Because I have medical issues and physical stuff is kind of hard sometimes. And I have to have breaks. And you know what's best for me with that? Gig apps and fucking business, small business that is within my line of skill and range. And people loved me for that. I had clients that loved me. They all wrote me really good references for my new apartments. Just like my neighbors did. I was literally like the guy across the fucking courtyard. Like, he was really mean to Patty, but he had a crush on me or something. But he was really nice to me. He didn't like creep or anything, but he never was mean to me. And if I told him to leave Patty alone, he did. They had some beef, or it was weird. They're both like the same age. It was weird. I don't know. Anyway, it's not my problem. But I saw him really get nasty with her a couple times drunk, and I told him to fuck off with that, and he did. But he liked me. I like all of them. At the beginning, it was kind of shitty, because here's the thing I want to break down with the economy. Nevada, Arizona, 2 states hit hardest with the economy in 2008, right? The housing market. Which also is funny, because that goes along the lines of where cyber laws started to get ignored when it was being drafted in other states, too. It's just that this state's the one that had that before everything kind of got diverted onto financial focus and law for, like, you know, housing and stuff, I think, and, like, just the general economy. 2020 had it happened. I think the 2010s were the shit era, honestly, but I was talking to someone like a couple months ago about it. And
you have to book it, and they're all.
I didn't really know about YouTube. I thought YouTube's been around forever in my head. Like, that was just how I felt like. Because MySpace came, but in reality, what if anyone a little older than me might still.
You have to have a reservation, and all the reservations are booked.
Technically fall into social media gen, but on a less mainstream, like more early days level, I was like mainstream level developmental core stages of everyone being on social media. We never knew what the fuck it meant. We didn't know how it was going to change society. But I grew up as it evolved and changed, and in hindsight, I see the differences and why anyone my age group and younger is going to see things differently in the world. We speak a whole different language. We also are, unfortunately, in a whole new society of narrative that hasn't been won yet by law being defined by social fucking focus, because I don't think anyone wants to. I'm looking at you guys when I talk about this legal shit, and you like look like I'm babbling because I'm just too stupid. It's funny because that judge, he listened, and why he yelled at me was because I had been puking all morning.
They're all booked.
And I just want to know why the fuck Bean, of all things, was the one thing that I couldn't even think that was loved by that person. Because you don't talk about things like that you really loved. If you watched what it went through, and you know that you took part in me not having money to afford to just put her out of her misery. And he's the one who got the fucking CBD, and I'm not mad at that. That put her at ease enough after hours of torment where I could do nothing but watch her. Why the fuck would he tell everybody to remind me of that? Not because of me. It's not because it was to hurt me. I meant he didn't care what she went through in front of us. And I couldn't do anything. My mom sent me money for the regular vet, but she didn't have a bunch of extra money, and I had just paid a fucking bunch of bills. And no one else was helping me with it. My rent triggered. Like, literally, is it me that should have had a pet, or maybe I just shouldn't have fallen in love with a piece of shit that was going to take everything from me? Oops, I guess I wouldn't have known that. Fuck off. Fucking gaslighting piece of shit criminals contributing to this. I hope there's a real hot place in hell for some of you. I'm sure hell is definitely where many of you are going. And I've never seen myself handle all this horrible shit. Well, at least offline. Online, you guys made it a thing to take advantage of my state of emotional trauma and fracture. And my lack of, like, actual identity was just so much
Her
fun for you
music
guys
makes
to,
me
like,
want to
who are you people
literally...
that are okay with this? I know the ones that said they cared, they got to walk away and live their lives and pretend I was just being dramatic. And that's cool, that's cute. Purple knows it's not the case. A lot of people do, actually. A lot. But they would have had to have been there for it. And not everyone was there for the whole of it. And I talked to Louise and Ethan, trust that. But what are they going to do? They're in Arizona. They believe everything. What are they going to do about it? I already got all their fucking noted testimonies and the fucking reports. And it is a very clear from day one demo of the fact that even in the false report, my neighbors were worried about me. And they thought he was the fucking concern. That's called credibility. And then when you share a lack of remorse and then...
Sorry, I have not been paying attention. I was doing Christmas stuff. Hi, Grammy.
Knowledge of the trauma that you can mock and like monetize from, that is literally...
But I don't feel that bad because...
You guys are insane. You removed any defense.
I'm doing this for the free 99 right now.
Actually are some off that wanted me to win but didn't want me to know. I don't know at this point. Or there's something seriously wrong with so many people in society, and Lord help us if that's the case. I will literally go become a hermit or not if that's the case. I don't want to be here with this shit. Same. I didn't grow up in a world that I thought this many people really wanted suffering for someone. I mean, literally, if you don't like someone, walk away. I'm still allowed to be on here. I'm not actually doing anything wrong, and I really wasn't back then either. I was just in a bad
Dang it. I'm not holding y'all hostage, but I will be probably leaving
it. It wasn't my intent. That's a defense. It's what domestic violence is unique with. Those two issues, coercive control, financial targeting. Now let's take this off the internet and then apply it to the internet, who magnified it all, really, right? On severe levels, I've never seen any streamer my site. I mean, where are you guys when the fucking president's corrupt? What about Andrew Cuomo killing all those fucking, nursing home people that...
Vegan, you don't seem to realize that the stuff that you've done, it affects me and others. Like, you did me personally dirty. You did Astro personally dirty. Like, there's people out here that you've personally done dirty. Like, that's really, like, what you don't get, and it's crazy.
Ignored for a year. Well, I watched my citizen journalist friends. Their footage would just get taken down if they tried to put a fair perspective, like, from, because they were there. Let's say, what was it, Chaz, J6, even stuff in Arizona I was next to, I had footage for to show that it wasn't what the media was allowing. I watched things get taken down that showed different sides of what was really going on for full context. There was definitely a narrative. And there it goes back to me with the whole narrative on the internet. This is the new society of communication, of income, entertainment. It used to be cable, it used to be the radio, it used to be records. What was it before that? I don't actually know.
She's so stupid.
When did Hollywood start? Like early 20th century, maybe? Anyways, I think that would have been the film. What do we have? Like analogs? Is that a thing? Analogs? I'm not an old lady.
What are analogs?
I wish I was an old lady. I'm just saying that.
What even would an analog be, Vegan?
Different, like, corporation or entity or section of society.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Like corporation or entity or section of society that would have been less monopolized into one seamless society. That is what we have to live in now. It's all on the internet, and we don't have laws that are established to define criminal speech, which it exists. It exists. That is why free speech is a class of words. All words are not free speech. Okay, let's move on. I think we've established that. At least the law has. And I always look at the law as like a general fucking social like documentation of what would be accepted and tolerable in society at a time. Like, think about it. Okay, like, what, before, like, slavery was, like, abolished, a lot of laws would have supported horrible things that happen to minorities, right? And now they've changed. Okay, that's a social awareness. Okay, we as a generation, my age group especially, and older Zoomers, we're office age right now. I know nobody's had to really go what I've had to go through and try to get through it. Trust I have, because I'm here. But I don't know what that's for, but I do really appreciate that. That's all I'm asking for is a buck or two here and there. It doesn't have to be anything special. I just...
Nah.
An income, because you already did that when you messed with my other incomes, and I didn't want to...
Denied.
Okay, I've always had other jobs, and I had just found work that worked for me, where I didn't have to worry about
Denied.
the surface level.
Denied.
We have this new society.
Your request to continue was denied.
It works for my medical.
So Vegan tried to continue her court date and it got denied. Denied. No continuation. No continuation. No continuation for you. You gonna have to go court. You gonna have to lose. Stupid bitch. She trying to get everybody caught up. She's trying to get everybody caught up. Ain't gonna work. Ain't gonna work. Bish. Dumb bish.
It used to be more digital.
Thank you very much for the dollar.
I know my prices for media are high, but I know I deserve that because you guys took so much. Yes, I do, and I did.
I deserve that dollar.
When I try to fight back for rights I had and should have had privacy for that none of you had any right to get involved in or exploit, you made it harder. I had to play lawyer for 2 or 3 seasons exhaustively.
Seasons, by the
What
way.
ABT dude that came? Because I talked to him.
Seasons.
And they believe me and they see.
Like a television show. Like
if you guys are
seasons.
listen, just have the humility to understand you lost. Find another target, but I think
yes, we lost. Totally.
That's what I'm about to dip out. If that's the case, but do not.
We lost, guys. We lost, not Vegan.
Okay. So there's that. Anyways, I
guys,
really recommend the false report.
I lost, living in my beautiful home, in my beautiful bed that I'm going to lay down in tonight. I lost. While she sits outside on the grass with her dog that she dyed pink, cottonmouth, more than a mofo, being lanky as ever. Yeah. Okay. Whatever you say.
suggest if you're a person that has any self-preservation, I kind of hope you guys keep doing it though. But I told him
the reason for the season,
this is the number one thing, and I'm not really
$17.38. Oh my God, I have $17.38 in my Square app. $17.38. I'm like, hey, what's up? Hello. $17.38.
Vegan always loses and $3 left celebrates 6 loads getting denied her continuance. Vegan, you're a leech on society.
Thank you for the biggity bacon. Cause I'm a brokey and I need the bacon. By the way, I have to say this because Vegan's a dumb, stupid bitch. And I don't know if Victoria was listening to the dumb shit that she was saying about skincare. But like oils and essences or whatever the fuck she said does not... This is how it goes, okay? It goes toner first. First of all, it goes cleanser. You wash your face. After you cleanse, you tone. Because toning brings the pH balance back into the skin. After toning, then you can use your serums and your essences. And then after that, you use your cream. And then after your cream is when you use an oil. You want to know why you use the oil last? Because the oil is what locks the moisture in from the cream. And I don't know anything about anything. I literally know this because I watch estheticians on YouTube. Like, I know because, like I said, I watch estheticians on the YouTube. On the YouTubes, I watch les esthéticiens. There's also a certain way to put cream on that, like, prevents wrinkles, but I don't give a truck about that. I just put some repair oil on my face, and I put a little bit too much, so that's why I'm, like, rubbing it in so much, because I have to get some of it off. I'm trying to like rub it onto my hands. Fun fact, if you ever put too much skincare on your face, a good place to get that skincare off is on the back of your hands, ladies. Because you know, your hands is what ages. So you could use those, if you ever have like extra product on your face, transfer to the back of your hands. But yeah, I used, I've been not using salicylic acid for like a few days because the salicylic acid reacts really badly with the retinol and the tretinoin. So what I've been doing is I've been using other stuff that I have that doesn't have salicylic acid in it. A lot of vitamin C as well. I just put on cream. It's some fucking night cream that I have that I put on. And then I also put on this Dermalect Rapid Repair Radiance Remedy Oil, Cloudberry, Borage, Argan Oils, and Safflower. So it's supposed to be a repair oil. It's okay. But this is the one that I keep on my desk. And then I've been using this vitamin C shit. But I've been using the tretinoin. And my skin looks and feels better. While I'm still breaking out, it's definitely shrinking the blemishes I have, and it's bringing them out to the surface. And from what I read online, is that's how the retinol is supposed to work. It's supposed to penetrate your skin and generate cell growth. And then what happened because of that, for the first few weeks, you might purge or break out more, but then it's supposed to clear your skin up. So I'm gonna give it a real try. I think I have a refill on my tretinoin. I don't remember. I'm gonna have to ask the pharmacy. If not, I could always ask for a refill. Yeah, I'm purging.
I'm gonna bring something up. He believed me, and he took evidence, and he saw it. They know what's up. They know exactly what's up, and they saw the orders, and they saw that it was TV based. I will get a lot of leniency because of that, and I should. Because DV is based on emotional and control. It is not like isolated generic crime of any variety. It's not any type of crime, offline, physical, online, financial even, or hacking. Any of the things that would have been isolated without DV as an umbrella theme above it, they would have been a lot less powerful with me for getting relief for. What you guys did with the code in the state that can connect it all, you fucking furthered domestic violence base level themes of coercive control.
Thinnest to thickest, that makes sense.
Reactive abuse, which, well, yeah, I used to be this, and this. The reason I flipped out last night, it had nothing to do with Beta, and I look, Beta, honey, I'm gonna tell you this right now, bro. There were too many people on there for me, and even when I was breaking down the legal shit, I could tell that there were like crickets. I find it fascinating, but nobody really wants to know what happened. They just want to judge, and that's.
I feel so bad.
I'm not gonna tolerate it, whether or not it's meant.
I want Ellie to sleep with me because she's sick, and I want to like cuddle her, but I don't want to get sick, so she has to stay in her room.
And I've been dying for it, and I told ABT dude, I told him like. Because he told me that
I'm going to get back to using the niacinamide after my skin clears up a little bit.
I showed him how everything was inconsistent. There was no way. And then
I have glycolic acid too.
It didn't do their jobs. And I couldn't work with the few fucking sources of income. And I wasn't going to get online.
Salicylic acid is doing nothing for me right now.
I wanted it for a long time, and I finally was able to do that. And I won because I had my privacy.
My skin used to work well with salicylic acid, but now...
And you watch me shut the fuck up and walk the fuck away, and you don't stop? Not a good idea. I don't get killed very easily. But I only survive when I am forced to think I might die otherwise. I don't want to fuck with people who don't like me. I walk away. I do my own thing. Which is what I'm saying. If this shit continues,
she has strep throat. She has strep throat. She got her antibiotics.
Anyways, it doesn't matter. A lot of you had money to help me with one thing that I need most, which is a car. My mom would rather control me with weird. I wish I could explain it, but no. Why would she drop $3,000 on a fucking apartment that she'd have to co-sign for? If she's only willing to do 1 month. And this is the crazy thing. Purple was next to me. She said she was going to help me get a place. And then she started gaslighting me about fucking rehab. And then admitted...
Gaslighting you about
drugs.
rehab.
She believed I wasn't on drugs. I have all the documentation in the world to prove that, by the way.
Sure.
Well, not weed, but, like, nobody cares about weed. She believed that. We had to talk about that. Purple even said he doesn't understand because it sounded like she cared. I believed so strongly people loved me.
Thank you, guys.
That is why I did this, so I could live next to them like they were.
Yeah, everyone has strep apparently right now. That's what the doctor said.
I wanted to.
Someone complimented me on my hair today.
I didn't want that. I wanted to live next to the people.
And they never compliment me, so I really took it as like
even in the worst moments
a good hair day.
Kill myself. I just hoped I would die, and then being in 2020 happened, and God touched my shoulder, so I feel. I don't think I'll ever be able to. I tried the other week.
I like this shirt. It's not a shirt. I like this bra.
Nobody gives a fuck.
I like the green.
And I'm having my whole life ruined, and it's a game. No matter whether or not you believe that you feel that way or not. A lot of the people, if they ran off and hid,
she has documentation that she's not on drugs.
Really don't know me, and they knew me better, and they knew better. If they abused me at all, and told me how they were superior when they're people who have never had jobs. Let's just start there. Including Nathan, who was saying, yes, respect the vet, but it doesn't mean him.
Nathan's never had a job?
Like, it doesn't work that way. Dude had disability from the government, and it's way easier, and it's more emotional with the fucking...
He worked!
I'm sorry, the dude was just fine. Surviving off the government. We're me with a real, actual medical issue.
You're talking about a man that went to war, that watched his friends die in front of him. He didn't have any issues, but you... I want you to listen to what this thing just said. She thinks that heart trauma is worse than a man who has seen active fucking war. He was in active combat.
And they knew me better, and they knew better. If they abused me at all, and told me how they were superior when they're people who have never had jobs. Let's just start there. Including Nathan, who was saying, yes, respect the vet, but it doesn't make him a saint for everything. Like, it doesn't work that way. Dude had disability from the government, and it's way easier, and it's more emotional with the fucking... I'm sorry, the dude was just fine. Surviving off the government. We're me with a real, actual medical...
So, let me get this straight. So, watching people potentially get blown up in front of you is less jarring and less traumatic than Nick falling through your ceiling. This is why people don't like you, vegan. This right here, this exact statement right here, what you're doing here right now, this is why we all talk about you so much. Because this infuriates people, especially people who have loved ones who were in the military. My best friend served 8 years in the Navy. And luckily, she did not see active combat like that because she was in the Navy. But shame on you to downgrade a veteran who has watched his friends, because Nathan has said this before, that he has watched his friends die in front of him in active battle. Like, what? This is why people don't this is why people don't like you. This is why people attack you, vegan. This right here. Your issues are not worse than a fucking vet's. Okay? Your medical condition is not more valid than a man fighting for this country, fighting for the freedoms that you abuse. Ooh, bitch. And he still works. He still holds down a fucking job. We do not treat our vets as good as we should in this country. So shame on her for acting like because he got some pitiful fucking disability check that he said, fuck you.
Issue, okay. Nathan promised. Like, he would tell me to go in his bed after I'd want to be on the couch. And then I think it was his nephew or something came to the house. So the room I was supposed to have was taken. But Ethan is who got me that. Ethan tried how Ethan could. Okay? And Ethan don't have his own place, neither do Louise. That's why I'm not with them. I think Red's been having a lot of medical issues. I don't know what Patty's up to, but she's been taking care of her grandkid. I think G.I. Joe's got a big dog. I don't bother people I know have their own shit going on. I don't ask for help. But then
that's all you do is ask for help.
Say they want me to be better or to do things that they think I should be able to do. Okay, well then help me get to the point where I'm happy. I was really, I was so happy and grateful. I call that Judge Wynn my angel judge.
You know how many veterans would kill to live the life that vegan lives? Literally kill. To have the luxuries that she has? It's disgusting.
That was sadistic. Whatever the fuck I went through at the family courts. It was deeply.
That judge did something wrong. And it's a shame that I don't live in California, because I would petition the court and ask for that judge to be looked into, because that judge used his personal bias to grant an order against somebody that an order should have never been granted. That was a pure abuse of power. I don't care if Nick said that hypothetical things about officers' children. That's not illegal. It's gross, it's disgusting, but not illegal, and an order shouldn't have been issued because of it. This woman is not a victim.
Feloniously disgusting and criminal. And I have all the proof I needed, and no one would take it there, but civil court sure fucking has. Also, attorneys that I did consult with, they didn't know if I was right about interpretation of laws nobody really exercised, because nobody used them. And the civil court's cleanly connected at all. So does the FBI.
The FBI, guys.
And I got a lot more legwork to do, because I ain't fucking 5 million different fucking office workers. I'm a fucking trauma and abuse victim I'm a survivor, actually.
Trauma and abuse victim.
And I did all this to not be a victim. And I don't have to stick around here for you guys to try to victimize me further with trauma that you don't have any right to begin with, and much less you've contributed to so much of it, too.
How?
It should be an obvious thing.
How did we contribute to it?
When it came to my family, you would think that instead of, my mom didn't want her hand on anything, so why wouldn't she just help me out with a $1,500 car that Purple could fix up absolutely free of labor charge? And it would...
So, you're going to use Purple to fix up a fucking beater for you? That's not right. Purple is not your little fucking slave. You literally treat him like he's your slave. Purple, shut my light off. Purple, go get me a Slurpee. Purple, pick up my shit-stained bikini.
Be something that would be safe, because Purple is one person who cares about me, and he wouldn't send me off. And then I'd be able to go to LA and I wouldn't have to stay with someone who's going to tell me how I'm a piece of shit for fucking the situation I'm in. Give me my own control in my life, and I'm not going to go to anyone's house that thinks that that's the only thing I have. That's called taking advantage.
No, it's not.
And if anyone cared why I worked so...
It's called a proposition. You could turn it down. But you don't deserve something for nothing. Like, she's angry because one of her OnlyFans simps basically told her, like, yeah, well, if you do something for me, I'll do something for you. And that's not good enough for her. She just wants something done for her without having to reciprocate. That's insane.
And why what was taken was so traumatizing. Yikes. Well, then you just don't give two fucks.
This
Because
music
when
is
I went
also
through hell to
awful.
have at a base like what you mock. Well, you condemn me for rightfully, like, selling gear that literally was, like, not illegal to sell. Also, he owed me shitloads of money. Also, it wasn't my fault. I paid $80 to get that.
It was stolen property, by the way. I'm vegan. I took everything that belonged to the quote-unquote love of my life, and I sold it. And then I didn't understand why he continued to hate me. And then I cheated on him with another little manlet. Oh, I want you to give me $1,500 because I deserve a car because I'm a fucking giraffe. Just give me, while I do nothing in return. Mer.
Out of the storage unit. It was technically mine. He was about to lose it. I'm sorry, Mike and Eric were playing some kind of game and they didn't end up wanting to keep the stuff that I brought all the way across the state lines to, like, put in storage that didn't exist. I'm not mad at Mike or Eric. I'm just saying, like, it was a lot different than me just vengefully taking something. No, I had nowhere to put it, and all I had left was my car, and that was where my things needed to go. Yeah, I have no remorse. Because...
Of course you have no remorse. You have no conscience.
I basically... I've seen you one, Amy, you stupid cunt. Scante.
Scante!
One voter, you fucking... Dude, one voter, nobody thinks you have a brain. Dude, why are you free to type?
One voter is the man. Okay? One voter is awesome. So awesome. I would give one voter a wrench if they would accept it, but they don't want a wrench. Shout out to one voter. Not a single tear. Not a single, the driest face I ever did see.
I don't know. You're insane, one voter. That's all I'm gonna... I have no words for one voter. He's some level of autist. I can't explain his free to type. I don't get it. I don't know what the fuck one voter is, but there's something wrong with that man. But thing? Bot?
Oh yeah, I'm vegan and I've done a glory hole video and I've done a claw job video and I've gotten fucked on stream by a random guy and then I throw up in his bed. But I like to call all women whores because, you know, projection and all. We're just gonna keep doing it because I think it's funny. And I keep on getting her at these perfect fucking moments.
Sure. I think it's some, like, retard that's, like, in a mental facility that, like, escapes to the fucking computer sometimes. Anyways, I've seen you guys make fun of what I have. That's weird. You totally condemn me for things that were totally, like, if you would have just, like, paid attention and given me credit for the situation of how I didn't have any control of what someone didn't give me. Dude.
Abby looks so sad.
It was my shit anyways. I paid for it before it was going to get lost at the storage unit in Arizona. Shut the fuck up right then and there. Also, I still tried to protect it for him. Didn't have to do any of those things. Snuck it into my sublet. Then I had to move out.
Your sublet that you didn't pay a red fucking cent for. Your sublet that you didn't pay for at all. Does anybody in chat know how she paid for the sublet? Anyone? Anybody want to, you know, drop some lore in the chat? Yeah, Abby is not a happy camper. PPM. How did she pay for the sublet? Moon Gloom. I mean, her chat donor played for 3 months. Exactly. So literally everything that she's ever really had that's worth a fuck, she never, like, she didn't work for, she didn't save for. It was all handed to her. And even with being handed all these things, she could not sustain them. Like, even with all these things, even with all these opportunities, and you know how many people would be so grateful? You know how many actual DV victims would kill for just one of the opportunities that Vegan's been, you know, blessed with, let alone all of the things that she is just gifted and granted on a daily basis? Like, I know so many women, even men, down on their luck that would kill to be in her position. Literally kill. She sold the MacBook.
Oh yeah, by the way, isn't it funny how I've never actually had people that like
I need a drink
until I like had no control?
We don't hate you. We just don't like you because your actions are abhorrent. Just because you feel better doesn't mean start jumping around, Elliot. You have strep throat. You gotta rest.
The reason why your clip went out is because when I didn't want to get when I conditioner my hair, I didn't want to get like the soap in it when I was washing it, so I clipped it up and then I took it out and I forgot to put it back in the shower.
Okay, thank you.
Mama,
What?
I washed my hair last night. Did I do a good job? It's a little naughty.
Yeah, it's good. Sorry, I needed a drink.
I think that's another part of coercive control right there.
Coercive control!
Right? And you guys all contributed to that too. So this makes all of the crime much more powerful, okay? It's
The
a bad
crime
time
is
for you guys to get
powerful,
involved. This is
y'all.
gonna be fucking real. And I don't have to put my hands in the cookie jar after this. The local stuff was the bare bones and the FBI, and that was it. And I really do hope the people that deserve to be on the internet, because this is the future.
It's the
I hope
future.
that society realizes, especially my age group, we're next in line for office and legal positions and law positions. And I've seen judges.
Vegan, you're so stupid. Your generation is already in that position. They're 35. They're not 25. You are not 25 years old anymore. You are 35. 35. Do you get it? You are damn near too old to even have children soon. So what is wrong with you? Damn near middle-aged. Damn near.
Look at me like they have no idea how to handle it. They don't get it because there's not much to do right now.
I know she scammed mad donos.
And they're not gonna just.
I don't scam donos.
You
Feel
can't be
free to
biased.
donate.
You have to work with concrete legal structure and legal situations.
Concrete
It's just not
legal
up, or you lose your
structure.
position. Okay, like that's why the case study I wanted was so incredibly cool. I could have changed like precedents, dude. It was someone else's case no one else had eyes for, like exposure with, and then maybe other people
Wait.
my age would have seen how important it was.
Sorry, I had the iPad. She needed it.
And the difference
She wants to
between
call her
free
friends.
speech
My
and
8-year-old got
like,
more friends than
free
vegan.
speech. You can call me fat, but you don't get to tell me to the point of
You're
people
tubby.
believing that I have Marfan's and BPD. Holy fuck.
BPD, yes.
That is an erasure of my reality and identity.
Listen, I am not a mental health professional in any shape, form, or fashion. I'm literally just a fat ass single mom giving her opinion on the internet. Now, in my unprofessional opinion, as like I said, just a fat lady that has done drugs in her life and been around, sick and suffering people, it appears as if she may actually have borderline personality disorder. I base that off of the fact that her mom literally said that she has it. And I just don't know why somebody's mom would lie about that, personally. I don't know why one's mother would just be like, oh yeah, my daughter has BPD. She's been diagnosed with it for a while. Like, why would somebody's mom lie about such a thing? It seems kind of like crazy, right? Like, that doesn't seem normal. It seems like something that wouldn't happen, right? Like, you would think that if somebody said, oh, well, my kid has borderline personality disorder, you would think that would be a valid thing because that's a really important, thing to say. So I'm just going to go with that. You believe what you want to believe, but I'm going to believe her mama. Okay. And also, what I know about BPD as a non, professional, is just like a civilian or whatever, is that it is extremely hereditary. No, she said that her dad's borderline. She knows that. Okay. Chat BPD.
That you would mock because that was after trauma and grief, and I've never gained that much weight, and I've never even looked at all of that. Was horrible, all of it.
How dare we make fun of her for gaining weight because it was trauma and grief? I did drugs because of trauma and grief, and you made fun of me for that, and you made fun of me for being fat. And yeah, yes, no, sociopath. I don't know about psychopath, but maybe sociopath.
I knew about myself was gone, and I got Daisy, so Abby, who never liked to be alone, would
this
always
is so
be okay.
sour.
When I had my car, worst case, if I didn't have another pet, Abby was at least still with me. You have no idea what Abby had to go through the day of the trial because I couldn't take her to court. We weren't going to leave her in the car. We didn't trust you guys anyways. It probably was too hot anyways, but we didn't want to.
All the paths.
So we left her here alone because Purple's dad and Rudy went out, I don't know, somewhere.
Sociopath,
I think they were on a trip or something.
psychopath.
Abby I came back and she was hyperventilating. Like, you guys don't get it. Like, what I had in my life, I put together so that it worked. And I finally made it work. And I had fun with chicken. Oh, I want to bring that up too. Why was I so happy and healthy?
Her eyes are crazy in this video, by the way.
I got a lot of things all over the place. I'm trauma dumping because I need to, but also I'm trying to process as well. And the whole last situation I just barely got out of, that was enough to barely get processing from. But that was because I had to go through literal trauma and evidence to connect with codes and then fight for the law to have a break from. But also Purple's dad in the bed rot era, that was a level of grief and processing that
the bed rot era.
That was emotional and mental fracture to the point where, like, I was ready to die until I thought that people that were trying.
You were ready to die. Why? Because of why? This is crazy. This is actually crazy. My thing is, like, I don't know. What if something actually bad happened? How would she handle it? Then she'd really be a victim.
To help and love to me got hurt and I didn't like it. And then as time went on, I realized
Hula.
Inconvenienced by someone that's going through hell right in front of them because it's easier to pretend it's not happening than do something about it. And then I had people tell me how, you know, I should do these things that I wouldn't be able to do, right? Unless people really gave a fuck that I was a human. Like, being happy. I've been trying. Like, last night was a very good example. Nobody can remove that, right? Like, nobody. I wasn't interested. Am I really the one that's stuck on the past? Let's just start there. Yikes. Chicken era is incredibly imperative to point out because these things are all hindsight that I didn't understand when they were going on. And maybe you guys need a little bit of a window into reality. For what I've decided is, like, actually, like, in hindsight, and also, you're not the flies on my wall. I'm realizing things, like I said, like my mom, like, I don't think she'll ever admit it. I don't think she wants to admit it. I think part of her hates herself for it. There is something with her and my grandpa and my biological father, because I love my grandpa and we talked about business a lot. And
Business!
Like, I have 4 grandparents, well, 5 technically, but anyways, my 4 grandparents that I was actively growing up with, hi boobs, hold on. My
She's
dad's
so dirty.
parents and my mom's parents, I had all 4. And I felt so lucky to be in my late 30s and they were all alive. And all of you people that have had a loss of some sort, imagine that magnified and everything going wrong at once that could have possibly been going on. You really think you would have gotten through it? And also been denied access to a site, like literal, like an actual like room that I've tried to in Ventura and Venice get, which also proved I wasn't on drugs, by the way. And also people around me can tell you that.
Excuse me.
I don't get it. It's like
She seems to think that abusing Adderall is not doing drugs. What up, Onyx? Like, she's just filthy. Like, she radiates filth. Like, she once said that I'm smelly and pizza this and all this stuff. Like, I smell so good. Like, that's not even a joke. Like, I am forever being complimented on how good I smell. I smell like cake. Honestly, I smell like cake. And sometimes I smell like vanilla. Like high-end vanilla. The Burberry Goddess Vanilla Jasmine. But I always smell delicious.
I just don't sit around playing video games with other people's lives. Like, who are you people? Y'all need to get off fucking Grand Theft Auto.
I'm the puppet master. Yoinks.
I didn't want to go home to see my grandpa because I didn't want to see him like that, and it happened so fast it didn't even make sense for me to go home. And
I didn't want to see my grandpa because it's all about me.
But I don't think she had a great relationship with him growing up.
It's not about, you know, paying my respects or anything. It's all about me. You know, I didn't want to go home and see my grandpa like that because, you know, it's not about him at all. It's not his funeral. It's all about me. It's all about me. Look at my lip holes.
He always was really good as a grandpa. And I was able to talk to him. Like, I can't explain it. Like, the last time we actually went out, we went to
He was so good as a grandpa. He gave me so much money.
He treated us. And we talked about how I was moving on from an abusive relationship. And then we talked about me and my business ventures because he's a business guy. And it's a way that my mom seems to not have ever been comfortable speaking to her father. Like, and I don't know what that means. I'm not her. Maybe her dad didn't look at her like she was worthy. I think what happened was she was supposed to go to a college that only he picked out. And then he basically, like, they basically didn't talk forever because, well, her stepsister apparently, like, fucking became a lawyer, which is what he wanted my mom to do. It was like, I guess it was circumstantial. I don't know. I didn't have that relationship with him. But whatever trauma she has with him, I think part of her hated me when I would just be able to freely talk to him. I mean, she would, like, it was weird. Like, we were at lunch, and, like, me and him were just talking excitedly about things. I'm like, might not have been savory, perfect, but I'm a millennial. I'm another generation. Like, I wasn't this kid. I'm this grandkid. We're different. And he never judged me, and he was always really cool, and he helped me with things that... Anyways, like, we were talking about something that maybe she didn't feel comfortable talking to him about, but it's weird. Like, she'd be like, and, like, hit me. And my grandpa and I were just animatedly having a good conversation. So I think,
I guarantee you she was being inappropriate and her grandfather didn't know how to react, and that was why her mom reacted that way, because she's so oblivious to people. See, that's the thing. Like, she's so mentally ill that she's oblivious. Like, she doesn't see the world the way that everyone else does. She sees it the way that she wants to see it. She perceives things in her own twisted fucking way. I mean, mental illness is a reason, but it's not an excuse. You know, there comes a certain point where, you know, so many people tell you that the sky's not always blue. You gotta fucking realize that the sky's not always blue. There just comes a point where you have to understand that. And when you want to continually deny reality, when someone can show you, like, hey, look, the sky is actually not blue all the time. Here's images of the sky being pink and purple and gray and yellow. But instead, you choose to say, no, the skies are blue all the time because I said that they are. So, like, there comes a certain point where you have to realize that you're the problem. And I don't know if she realizes that she's a problem yet, but it's still not an excuse. You have to listen to people. All she does is act inappropriate. I can't stress this fact enough. She was inappropriate at Astro's house. And she was walking around half naked. Like, there was times, and I'm sorry, Astro, if you get mad that I say this, but, like, Vegan always tries to, like, put this notion out there that, like, Astro was interested in her. That's not the case at all. Vegan would walk around half naked hoping that Astro made a pass at her. And Astro would literally call me, like, I don't know what the fuck is going on with this girl right now, but, like, she's literally, like, laid out on my bed with her pussy in the air type shit. Okay? And that wasn't exactly what happened, but similar to that type of shit. And when the situation happened with her son, Astro told me about it. And Astro never said anything publicly. She told me about this months and months prior to her ever saying it publicly. She just was like, yeah, you know, she walks around half nude all the time. And I said something to her, and her response was, oh, he finds me sexy. No. No. Literally, no one finds you sexy. No one. You're gross. It's not cute. It's not attractive. It's not attractive for a 35-year-old woman to not address her mental health. It's not attractive for a 35-year-old woman to have frat boy hygiene. It's not attractive for a 35-year-old woman to lay in filth, to not have a job, to have no means of income, to cry on the internet that people should send her $1,500 for absolutely nothing, and berate her mom because her mom will only pay for her rent but not her car too. That's not attractive. None of it.
All of you guys have been through a lot. Everybody does. We're human. I've been through hell, though, and I've been watched and mocked, and I've been doused kerosene while I've been on fire.
You've literally not been through hell. You have no idea what going through hell is. Like, you have no idea what going through hell is. I've had people literally tell me that I murdered the love of my life. Like, that's like people's favorite thing to say about me. In fact, your mods say it still to this day. Do you know how hard that is? Do you know, and then on top of it, do you know how hard it is to then be desensitized to the fact that people say you killed your husband? Now at this point, when people are like, oh, you murdered your husband, I'm like, yeah, you're next. I'm so desensitized to it. I am so desensitized. I shouldn't be desensitized to that at all. You really have no idea what it's like to really go through, like, hard things in life. And you're really fortunate. And
water a little bit here and there that maybe in a collective number could have maybe just helped a little bit as a team if they really, really were aware of what I was going through that I was trying to protect other people from. It hurt me most when other people got hurt from my presence, when it wasn't me intentionally hurting them, it was you guys. Anyways, making things really stressful, that's control. It's coercive control. It's all DV. No matter what you've done and who you are now, it started as DV and that's how it's ending. Y'all have the same fucking concerns and penalties, and I have the same relief to all of what you've done if it related to that, just for the record. I'm serious. Google it. Google anything. Do you really think I could have accomplished this with the library situation with the Dewey Decimal System in that amount of time?
why does she say weird shit like that?
Coupled with what I knew they applied to for trauma and evidence with. There's trauma I couldn't have evidence to apply it to. There were codes I knew happened I could prove. So I didn't do something. I've had admittances off camera of, hoping that I got AIDS. That was, like, apparently intentional when I was finding out that men were more of a preference for my partner than me.
Okay, like, you can't say that Nick tried to give you AIDS when Nick doesn't have AIDS himself. Like, that's just so far-fetched. Like, how can someone try to give you a disease that they don't have? You sound stupid. He was actively trying to give me AIDS. He doesn't have AIDS to give you, stupid bitch.
You know, and I was supposed to believe I was being committed to. And then that was like a joke. And then things off camera that I couldn't have proven will just be buried with my soul as horrible. And I had no justice for that. But there's a lot I could. There was so much. Including how some of you really took the reins and really helped so hard. Ugh. My DoorDash account that got deactivated, I had 2 or 3 orders that night. 5 false reports. Why do you guys think I do not drive with you anymore? Because it used to be fun. It used to be. And even when I would start to like mute the codes for each order, you guys don't have any power to false report me unless you're a customer. You pretended to be. You pretended to be. You saw houses and addresses and then you applied it and then you didn't even know how it works. Because I had a 5-star rating in many of my situations where I was removed from my job, except for the Walmart thing. Guess what? I get that back too. No matter what it pisses Walmart off for. Actually, if Walmart had any legal cases with that, it should help actually. I need to have time to get a hold of all the different places I need to get a hold of.
If Walmart hires her back, I will personally contact Walmart and be like, you're really going to let somebody who delivered shit and piss to a customer, you're going to let them back? Really? You're really that hard up for delivery drivers that you're going to let this bitch who delivered groceries with shit and piss? Because I'm just thinking of it as a consumer, right? Let's just say that that was your house, that there was piss and shit on your groceries, and you fed your kid those chips, and your kid's eating the chips and putting the bag in their mouth and all this stuff, and then you fucking get this video that there's piss and shit all over the food that, you know, you ate. How mad would you be? How mad? I would fight everyone. Like, I would fight everyone. Because even if she took the stuff out of the bag, the shit and piss touched the groceries. So you didn't sanitize the outside of the groceries. So the person's going to touch the outside of the bag and possibly touch the food. Like, ew, bro. You didn't think to yourself, like, I shouldn't deliver this. I should just take the L for this. But the reason why she delivered it is because she's greedy. If she took the L for it, she would have had to pay for it.
Platforms, there are, my car, I can get that back. Not the car itself, but the loan can be relieved, I think. I don't think they'll give me the car back or anything like that. There's codes for all.
She's going to get the loan relieved? You didn't pay your bills. It's Nick's fault. It's DV's fault. You didn't pay your bills. That's just crazy to even think to say.
If you're a DV victim and you can prove that it was all stuff you lost when it was in the middle of shit, that can be applied to coercive control tactics. It all applies, guys.
She's sick.
There you go. I did the legwork for you. Is it enough to show you I've been through hell all by myself and I deserve better? No? You still think that you're not going to help me out with that one last thing that my mama could just...
Here's the thing, vegan. You've been streaming for the past 4+ years, right? If you'd actually been through hell, you wouldn't have to keep telling us that you'd been through hell because we would just be able to see it because we've been around. I've been watching you since you started streaming. I'm an A1 day one, bitch. Like, since you popped up on the scene, I've been around. So, if you've been through all that, like, we would have seen it. Like, with the eyeballs, we would have seen it.
Help me out with it. It would cost her a lot less and I could fuck off and I don't... If you all think I'm a piece of shit burden, I will disappear forever. Someone get me a fucking car. I have not been able
That's crazy to say! That is a crazy thing to say. Give me a car.
The money I was vaping in my own gig abs when someone else could have actually probably gotten a new job. I'm not trying to be an asshole. They did a lot for me. That's not the point. I'm just saying I put all my effort into things people told me they knew I had no resources for, and I was still...
She's gonna owe the IRS money. She's gonna owe the IRS money because of that stupid LLC because she thought she was flexing on us. But it's really gonna come back to bite her in the ass because she's not gonna fucking file her taxes every quarter. She's not. And not honestly. Definitely not honestly. She herself with that. Oh.
I've had my own, the last few things that were income for me, I've had those risks when people were mad and threw tantrums over nothing. When I'm literally sitting there like, I have no control. And I'm not just a leech and I'm not a bum. And when Purple lost his job, I covered all of our stuff. You guys took my fucking channel, and then I was suddenly into... I couldn't get the AT&T phone bill removed too, because that was absolutely provable when you guys started my channel. Hey, Alex, you're dumb. You speak too much. Unless you're a Fed.
Bro, you didn't have a job or steady income and you were homeless and you bought 2 new lines. Like, you're an idiot. Who does that? You're so foolish.
Get ready for, like, really, you're criminal. Okay, you got problems, lady. Like, I'm not even going to go on further, but I can do a lot more. And if I wanted to spend all my time on you, you would not be a happy woman right now. So.
Well, I just know because I have a tax ID number, so I have to file taxes every quarter. And it's a bitch. Because you could forget. But I think I'm going to get rid of that tax ID thing because I don't need it. I don't know why I even have it anymore. Because I was supposed to go into business with someone a few years ago. And the business just fell through. So I just have it now. And I don't need it. I got my food handler's license and all this stuff. I was supposed to open up a food truck with someone. And it fell through. I'm glad it fell through, though. Because
Just leave out there. That's not a threat. You're a piece of shit. You're sick and you're stupid. Or you're some kind of op that wants me to, like... I don't know what this is. I don't know how I got into all this. I don't want to pretend I will. It was the opposite of everything I ever anticipated being something I would pursue, much less be involved in, much less someone of my size as a streamer. And then also, like, honestly, like, who lost their humanity watching me go through what I went through? That would...
Shout out to the 82 people in here. I'd really appreciate if you guys could hit the like because it'll make the video, like, people know the video more. And yeah. And if you want to support the stream, there's links, well, Chime, all that other crap, it's up there. And if you go to my main page, there's clickable links for Venmo and all the other stuff. I really appreciate any donations that I get. It's what keeps me streaming. If you guys want me to stay longer, donate.
Literally on camera and also illegal to get involved in. And not only did you think because, hey, the law's not cut up so we can do what we want. He's getting away with it. We're gonna take a piece of the pie of destroying vegan too. Yikes, what's wrong with
I
society?
gotta go get my package.
Our age group, I should have kids. I didn't want kids for a while, and then I realized I was over it. I was a nanny in my late 20s, and you guys want to tell me all these things I do and don't do, but I'm sure I made that up too. I'm like, that's actually all I'm asking for. It's just some respect for what the fuck I've been through, and what has been taken from me that isn't really righteous. And again, it was so fucking like, it was my fault. The jobs were taken from me because you guys went in there and like lied about things, and then you went out of your way to harass companies. Why didn't you call sooner? If I'm such a piece of shit, why didn't anyone tell them what the bad things I was doing behind the scenes that you saw that I did? No. You did it to hurt me because someone that's a piece of shit, criminal, abusive crap hole that you found content out of my suffering for. That's what you did, and that is obvious. Yeah. And I didn't start the shit with fucking Cora Myers, stupid bitch. She tricked me, and I have all that evidence of her tracking, you know who, telling me what laws. I don't know who she is or I don't know what her game is. I don't know what the fuck her thing is. But I got all the evidence to show I am not the fucking initiator provoker. But I do bite back if you go too deep. And bitch, I bought back. You didn't like what you saw, did you? You didn't have much luck on my channel either. Don't fuck with bitches who know how to play your game better. And don't do it for sport. So maybe I'll just remind you a few more times in the future who the fuck you are if you need me to. But fuck off, that's the best thing for you right now. I ain't got the energy. You don't go after my family name after telling me in Purple you're gonna buy us fucking gas to get out of town because we deserve it. Like a fucking paranoid freak. It was weird. She had my numbers, and I even gave her my mom's number. After what you know who did when he doxed it early on with her and my sister, and I regret that so much. But my mom said she was just not responding to anything she didn't recognize at that point, so I thought it would be fine. I also gave someone else her info that trusted her, and also let that person like be the person who was like apparently responsible, even though like they never had a job and lived off the government or literally like opened their legs for meth over the top after punching their fuck. How am I the fucking problem? You guys are projecting left and right with proof I have to show I'm not the fuck. I am not the one narrating. Who hates themselves this much they need me to take the fall for all the things you've done, guys? I am not perfect. I have my own things that I have worked on so much. And what I'm really the most proud of, although you guys saw me slip a little the other night when I yelled at Abby, I've been through so many things people don't understand, they dismiss. I didn't realize we're so different. I didn't realize why life was a little bit harder for me, but I always tried. I mean, I didn't ever think about, oh, poor me. I really didn't. I always felt very grateful, and I felt normal. But after, like, 2020, when my mom removed me of therapy, like, literally, she sent me to Arizona, and then, like, literally cut off everything after leaving it on while I was in Ohio. And then, like, literally, like, my therapist and her got in a fight because my therapist told her she needed to get fucking involved. And, like, she was part of the problem, essentially. My mom can't handle that, though. And then, poof, there went my therapy. And I was still on a wait list in Arizona, even up until the day that I lost my fucking psychiatrist. Because psychiatrists are easier to get into America. I don't know, therapy is a loophole if you don't have the money out of pocket. And I'm sure anyone who's actually really trying to get it gets that. And I don't want to hear how cheap it is by all of you, especially you fucking Controlla, who's helped contribute to removing my base needs. While you buy things, and then... Controlla, do you see what pathetic level...
She's so mad that I buy things. Vegan, you want to know why I buy things? Let me let you in on a little secret. I'm going to let you know how and why I buy things. I buy things because I have a job. I a job. I work. I have a job. It's a crazy thing called working, and that's why I'm able to have things like a car. You should try it. It's not really easy. It's kind of hard and exhausting. It's like I don't just it's not like I just get to buy things. Like, vegan, do you think that I make like buku bucks off of the internet? I'm gonna keep it all the way funky with you. I'm gonna keep it all the way functified, okay? So this month on YouTube, this is the biggest check that I've ever received from the YouTubes, okay? And it's only it's like $350. That is the biggest payout I've ever had from Le YouTube, okay? That's it. That's all. $350. I am not making money on YouTube. It's so minimal. It's pennies. But I like streaming, and I have a jab. I work a jab. Okay? Like, yeah, this is a hobby. This is something that I do in my spare time. But it's also a way for me to make extra money. I will say that. Because unlike vegan, my gig apps were taken away from me unjustified. Okay? One of vegan's mods, gleefully and proudly tells all the YouTubes how he got me fired from DoorDash because he called and he lied about me. And he said that I was doing stuff that I wasn't doing while I was delivering DoorDash. And DoorDash is one of those things where they just fire you and they don't give a truck. They're just like, oh, you're fired and we're not telling you why. And since then, I haven't been able to work for DoorDash. And it's been literal years. Oh, shit. I got a donation to the bacon in the chat. Thank you for the bacon. It says for vibin'. It's all about the vibes. Viggity vibin'.
You literally mock yourself by trying to do things I had just done and act like you're better at it. Lady.
I am better.
Also, what's broken in you to have the nerve to tell me that after what I went through and accomplished when you probably, as you said, at your stepdad's. What have you done in life? Oh, you fail at whatever thing.
I don't know how to feel about the stepdad comment. Because it's like you call your dad, daddy, oh, daddy, I love my daddy. But, like, you met him when you were, like, 8. Like, my dad is my dad, been my dad since I was born, on my birth certificate, and since I'm in my mom's womb type shit. Like, I just don't understand. Like, I don't understand it. So my dad that raised me, that was literally in the room when I popped out the pee, he's not my dad. He's somehow my step or other dad. But your dad that you met when you were a fucking whole grown-ass child, damn near fucking double digits, is your dad. And, like, what? That's stupid and disrespectful to my dad, you dirty bitch. I don't have a step anything. I'll step on your face. No, I'm kidding. But seriously, I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't like it. It's weird. It's gross. Like, it's like this, like, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know why people get like this whole kick. Like they get like joy out of like, your stepdad. Oh, your stepdad. He's your stepdad. No, he's not. Like, I know what the fuck a stepdad is, and he's not that. Like, great. I like, it's valid to say, like, he's not my biological father. Cool, whatever. But he's my dad. I have no other father. Yeah, like, his name, he's on my birth certificate. He is on my birth certificate. I never had another father in my life. Ever. Never. So, like, that's the part about it that don't make no sense to me, because where does the step part come from? Like, a stepdad is like, oh, like, her stepdad. She got a stepdad. You know what I'm saying? Like, she had a biological father that was in her life, and then her mom met some other dude, got with him, and he started taking care of her, and that's a stepdad. And that's like, that's cool. Like, that's cool. But, like, I'll give you another scenario. Like, my sister's husband started raising my nephew when he was 3 months old. In my opinion, that's his dad, because that's the only dad he knows. Like, yeah, he knows his biological father, but, like, he calls his biological father Daddy Angel, and he calls his dad Dad because he raised him since he's 3 months old. But, like I said, my pops is on my birth certificate. He's the only father that's ever been, like, on paper, legally speaking. My dad's the only dad I ever had. He got custody of me when I was like 13 years old. From my mom. My mom had to pay him child support. My mom had to pay my dad child support for me, because I was the only kid that lived with him. But, like, I just don't understand the step part, because I never had another father. It's only been him.
You later on in life think you're getting a degree for. I got a degree that you lied about. You don't like the dude who's big. Wow, throw a tantrum. Bitch, your only skill is that you harnessed a bunch of people I don't want. You have my rejects. It's gross that you try to weaponize that, though. That's pathetic. That shows me more that that's you, not me. But a lot of people hate you, so I guess we don't need to get further with that one. Done, bitch, you've already goofed, though. You fucking with the DV.
See, that's the thing, VP. You link up with a bunch of people that don't like me. And that's the only reason why anyone really supports you currently. Whereas I'm just me, bish. I'm just me. I'm me. It's all about me. No, I'm kidding. But no, like, I'm on my own type of time. I got a donation. Thank you for the bacon. I appreciate it so much. Yeah, like, all the people that go real life on me thrive in vegan chat. But then she wants to act like she's being stalked and harassed on the internet. I don't do that. I don't go real life on people. Yeah. I don't know. The stepdad buying her first bikini is super weird. And like I said, I heard a story that part of the reason why her mom don't want her around is because she's inappropriate with stepdaddy.
Dumb. And I guess the level of stupid that comes when you're only an eater and not a thinker, it ain't going to be anything you're going to get through life feeling like you get the good end of the stick with. You deserve everything bad happening to you. Not the worst. I'm not trying to say I want that either. But if you come at me with shit that you have no right for, bitch, you are going to fucking figure it out. And I'm not threatening you. Enough is enough, though. I've never watched her before.
We need to go back a second.
I'm not trying to... We don't need to... I got a degree.
I want to know, like, what are these bad things that are happening to me? Yeah, that brand new truck is such a bad thing. That new car I got, so terrible. Such a terrible thing that I'm dealing with. My life is so bad. Oh no.
And accomplished when you probably, as you said, at your stepdad's.
My stepdad.
You fail at whatever thing you later on in life think you're getting a degree for. I got a degree that you lied about.
Yeah, you have a degree that you literally never used and never will use. Like, you have a degree that you've never used, you never will use. It's useless. You have a useless degree. It's useless. Useless.
You don't like that I was pink? Well, throw a tantrum. Bitch, you're only...
No, I don't care if you want to turn your dog pink. Like, I have no problem with that. That's perfectly okay with me. My issue is that your dog has open sores. That's the first issue. And we know that because you told us. And my other issue is that you will put chemicals on your dog for aesthetic purposes to turn her pink. You'll put chemicals on her for that reason. But you won't put chemicals on her to get rid of the fucking ticks and fleas that she has? That's pretty selfish to me. That's pretty fucked up. Exactly, Miss Katz.
Feel is that you harnessed a bunch of people I don't want. You have my rejects. It's gross.
Okay.
You try to weaponize that, though. That's pathetic. That shows me more that that's you, not me. But a lot of people hate you, so I guess we don't need to.
Oh no, they
get
hate
further with that
me.
one. Done, bitch. You don't goofed though.
I don't
Fuck
goof.
The DV victim. And I guess the level of.
Hey, vegan, you're not a DV victim, and I say that as an actual DV victim, because my ex actually went to jail for 3 years for beating the shit out of me. I have an 8-year protection order, or whatever it was. I think I don't remember. It's until like 2028 or some shit. I have like a super long fucking protection order because he actually did damage. Like actually harmed me in front of my child. And I still don't even like wish him bad, and like I don't even use that protection order. I just want him to stay away from me, live his life. But your friends made a hashtag for him to finish the job. Never forget.
Stupid that comes when you're only an eater and not a thinker.
I'm an
It ain't
eater.
gonna be anything you're gonna get through life feeling like you get the good end of the stick with. You deserve everything bad happening to you. Not the worst. I'm not trying to say I want.
What bad is happening?
If you come at me with shit that you have no right for, bitch.
What up,
you're going to
T-Gaff?
fucking figure it out, and I'm not threatening you. Enough is enough.
You are threatening
I've never
me.
watched her before. I've never watched her before. I literally can't watch her. I watched her chat a few times. If I've got evidence that showed me how much her chat has coordinated attacks on my income,
excuse
yeah,
me.
bitch, you basically robbed me of my emotional like sanity and health so that you can just play me.
We robbed her.
At things while you afford things that you took from my trauma and suffering.
I afford things because I work. Dirt. I know, it's a foreign concept. It's a foreign concept. You think that everything should be handed to you, but that's not real life. No treats, no toys, no dog bed, nothing. Exactly, but she's such a good pet owner. She's such a good pet owner, guys. Vet tech, by the way. That dog doesn't eat good, doesn't get taken care of, has open sores, is currently pink, probably still has fleas and ticks, gets talked to like it's a fucking meal or something. Yeah, can't even afford a fucking $4 flea collar. Yeah, I don't know why she's comparing herself to me. Like I said, I work full time. I'm in school full time still.
And we all know that's why you did it, because I wasn't paying attention to you to engage and get you views anyways. Otherwise, you had to take someone.
Again, vegan, that's not true. Like, I stopped fucking with you because you went on Skelly's panel. That was a public thing. And then I started recapping you, and I was nice in the beginning. I wasn't fucking with you like that. And then you lost your mind because I said that you should get your dog a proper dog bowl because you're gross. You're a lazy, do-nothing POS.
I loved and cared about, which was never you. I let you and Katrina on red.
That's a lie.
Dude, that was weird when I realized how many bitches that turned on me for nothing.
You're lying. That is not true. First of all, I didn't even talk to you on Instagram for you to leave me on red. We were texting. So this is how much of a liar I know that you are.
My mod room still can't figure out what happened with the issue of current ongoing situations I won't mention. And I wasn't even around for that. I think that the day that bitch fucking went crazy, I never knew her. What did I do to these people? Where are you feeling like you have rights to my life that aren't yours, especially when there's trauma involved? What's wrong with so many people?
We don't have rights to your life. What we have a right to is give our opinion about shit that you publicly display. You put it on live. So we talk about it. You don't want us to talk about it? Don't put it on live. Simple. It's literally, it's not rocket science. It's simple.
Use that board.
I am that bored.
This is why cyber laws probably and more laws need to be established for certain situations that are involving digital.
She wants to get me jailed because she doesn't like the things I say.
Physical abuse is really the most immediate and urgent concern, obviously. But what I noticed is that with fucking digital stuff, digital crime, especially when you have the element of DV attached to it, which is wild, it is like seamlessly all DV. And I didn't even understand it fully until later. I got that like DV was like something that like, there's a reason though, but I didn't understand the nuance of it until more recently. I know Boogie, I'm cool too.
You don't understand the nuance of anything.
We'll continue. I got a lot to say. It might take another hour, and then I might just not come back for a very long time.
Yeah, it took her another damn near 4 hours. It took her another 3.5 hours to talk her shit. She spiraled so fucking long. It was so crazy.
I'm not going to go to anyone's home that wants me to be beholden to them in any manner that they think I owe anyone anything at this point.
I'm not being an asshole. I'm being very honest. I will not go past like 8:45 unless I get like an extremely generous donation. And that's just because like I'm not gonna fight sleep unless it's worth it. I'm not saying that you have to donate or anything like that. I'm just telling you, preparing you for the stream ending at about 8:45. Unless, like I said, there's some good, nice, big dono that entices me to stay. Because I would like to go to sleep soon.
I want to be treated like the human I've always...
No, I'm not fucking my sleep schedule at all. I could stay up until 10, but if it's worth it.
They think that they're going to convince me to go stay with them under circumstances of, like, a relationship. That tells me they don't give a fuck that what I went through was why I wanted my freedom to feel. I want an equal. I don't want to be controlled. You see all this? I get hurt when I'm controlled. I don't hurt when I am in control, though. But when I lose control, I might a little, and I don't like that either. That was exploited, too. Anyways, we're going to go find a warmer spot for a second. Hold on, Mama.
A warmer spot?
I'm going to hold you. It's chilly. I'm trying to find a spot without wind.
There's a spot without wind? Where, like a cave? What the fuck? Oh my god, her legs are gross. Ugh. Her body really is icky.
Oh god, okay. Oof. I love you. Alright, where are we going? It's a little bit less windy because this is too much. I can't.
I can't handle the
I was
wind.
gonna go to a dispensary, but I don't have the energy, and I'm not making Purple. Well, actually, Purple could literally just wake up and help me, but also it's not my, like... I mean, like, DoorDash would have been fine on the scooter, it was. But this other gig app I have is better with cars, but I can still work on it, but... Also, Abby is going to have to be left alone, and she has really bad panic attacks. How did I do that in Ohio, or Arizona? Well, she had Daisy. How did I do it when I was staying in other places? Well, because people that don't actually have jobs...
Your dog has panic attacks?
With her while I tried to work. Are you sure that it's me?
Yeah?
Oh, yeah, isn't it funny how...
Yeah?
Someone we won't name plays victim. So many things. And most of our fights...
You're out of breath after walking like a few
them
feet.
telling me how I shouldn't work because I needed
You're
rest.
slim. Like, you're skinnier than me. You're way out of
It sounded
shape.
like they just wanted me to be in a situation
Like, how are you more out of shape than me? And I'm
and that's
fat.
exactly what they did.
Like,
They
what?
left me alone on the streets over minor petty bullshit in their moods. I mean, I'd wake up. All I'm saying is, the morning I left the one last place I came out of and came to this place, I don't think this person even cared that their fucking kid was there and fucking watching it all. And I begged them to stop yelling. I woke up afraid to leave the bedroom. I didn't understand. We went to bed laughing.
Here she goes, bringing up kids again, being a weirdo, acting like she gives a flying fuck about anybody's fucking kids, because she actually doesn't. She is the biggest POS. Dirty dirt.
We went to bed laughing with a brownie that was in a wrapper on the pillow. Okay.
Like, the fact that she tries to minimize it to a fucking brownie, it really irks my fucking nerves. It really fucking irks my nerves. Vegan, it literally was, you know that it wasn't the fucking brownie. You know, and I know that you know that I know that you know that it's not it wasn't the fucking brownie. Like, and it's so gross when you try to minimize things like that. Like, oh, she got mad at me because I didn't clean up a cup. Oh, she got mad at me over a brownie. No, bitch, you're a filthy whore. You're filthy. You're filthy, and you expect everyone else to fucking clean up your filth. And then when you get checked on your filth, you want to project and act as if it's everyone else's fault. Fuck off, bitch. It's your fault. You're a dirty bitch. You don't fucking clean up after yourself, and you're the problem. Always have been, always will be. Figure deal me. Homie. Where the fuck is my glasses, please? I don't know. I guess I don't know where it is. You're a fucking skankoid.
I'm not gonna tell you guys everything. That's what the fucking these people want at this point. They just want me to fucking
You tell us
sound like
everything
I'm gossiping
anyway.
and causing drama when I'm not. But I do have a truth to speak.
I
And
do
since you
have
all
a
dug your
truth to
fingers
speak,
into
by
lies,
the
I
way.
can clarify.
Where's
I'm
my
also an abuse
fucking
victim or
glasses,
survivor
guys?
that
It's
has a
not
right to
here.
heal
I
and
left it
share my
at
truth
work,
too.
I think. Oh, fuck
So I'm trying to do
that.
it in a way that's not provoking. And it's not, it's defamatory. My heart's racing.
It's the pot, guys.
But I do, I've tried in ways that y'all don't give me credit for to be
I
a
want
bigger
to go to
person. I've
the. I
silenced
want to go to
myself
the
and
part
people
where
that
when I was in the shower, because
hear them cry, but if
when
I
I was in the shower, she took her fucking BP and it was perfect. It was like 120 over 85, and she's like, "Man, my BP is so high." No, you're a dumb bitch.
You've done things nobody else in the family's done by themselves, but why don't you do more? This is your fault. I know I told you I was your mother and I was going to care, but I'm enjoying watching you drown right now because it makes me feel a little less shitty about myself. Oh, why are you not dead yet? Oh, yeah, I feel like my mom is that bitch on a fucking raft when I'm drowning the worst, and if it connects to something that she can't cope with being her account for, or it's a trauma-based thing, I don't, you have no understanding. Like, she's fought so hard for me for things that don't have trauma behind it. That's why I don't think she's a real narcissist.
No, you're the narcissist.
But I do see it. Like, I didn't realize entirely, but like, anyways, I gotta keep more linear. I guess it's impossible because I'm trying to figure things out and put them together, but I've already decided how I feel about a lot of things, and I see a lot of people that have a lot more going on for them that don't give a fuck, no matter what they say, if they don't care, because there's always something that I'm not doing right. Or, why don't I just do the base level ease things that anyone with no brain would consider as an idea? Probably I did already, otherwise I wouldn't be reaching out for help. Anyone who realizes why I'm here and like my independence wouldn't be questioning that when I'm asking for help, if there's a valid reason. Do not gaslight me into mean that. Don't waste my time. Don't trigger me. I need help. I'm telling you that because as much as I hate asking for it, I need it.
Okay, but you want help for nothing. You don't even want to help yourself. You just want a handout.
Well, just like the whole like transition of like hindsight, where I was like, wow, dude, a lot of stuff changed when my sister was born, and I don't know what it was. I felt like my mom had some emotional stuff that was going on. I don't know who it was with or why. She never told me. I learned later on that she has a lot of medical issues too that really make her uncomfortable, and she doesn't like to work either because she's always sick too. But it's not the same as me. But let's just say she like, what did she do where she didn't have a job? Oh, okay, so her one job, I don't think she ever got, she did get a degree, it was an arts degree, but my grandpa like disowned her apparently after that, or it was something like that where they didn't talk because she didn't go to school for what he wanted her to go to school for. She could not afford to finish the college she wanted to go to because he wouldn't fund it. I mean, it's fucked, that sucks. He wasn't like that with me though, but I get why she would hate me if I had a better relationship with him than her, but I'm the grandkid, that's how grandparents are. Also gross, yikes, just be happy I have a good relationship with my grandma. I don't think she understands how it manifests when her traumas are placed onto me because she doesn't think I'm good enough because she wasn't. And I don't think that means that she's not good enough. I mean, I'm just saying just because I'm not treated or I've had more success or I've been more responsible. I planned my life out before I found a partner I trusted that I was manipulated into thinking I'd have a
She's
future
been more
with. She always
responsible,
told me
but
to
she's
do
asking
that.
her mom for help.
I'm so sorry you opened your legs to a kid that lied about their
Oh,
age
this is
at
when she
12,
called her
had a
mom,
one-night
like, a
stand,
molester.
And then you had to go back to Ohio instead of finishing your dreams in Arizona. You know what, Mom? Like, I literally like lived my life thinking it was so cool that you did all those things, and I did it because you inspired me. And it was never good enough. And when she literally threw me back from Ohio back to Arizona in 2019, right before 2020, I'll go through a lot of it. Yeah, there's a lot of chain of situations where she just like, man, different worlds, man. But also it's just,
I wish
there's something that she just
I wish
wants
my
on
grandparents
terms
sent me
with where
$300 a
I'm
month.
treated differently than my sister. I've had way more things to go through that were all done on my own that were so traumatizing, and she literally could have done more and just walked away instead. But if it was other people coming at me, she'll defend the fuck out of me. But if it's about me and her and something she thinks that I don't know what it is. It's almost like she feels like, why does Shay get to go out west and not be? Well, because I didn't open my legs like a slut, Kelly.
I mean, you did open your legs like a slut. You also opened your mouth like a slut.
You're a mindless worker bee, no offense, but that's very boomer. Boomers, especially in the Northeast, their factory mentalities or wage slaves. Okay, this is the new world. There's a lot of creativity and business minds involved. And my mentors, both Patty and my OC friend that I will never name, but Patty got exploited, so y'all know her. They were my parents' ages, and they were the more like creative minds. They're the ones who helped me. I understood real estate, and I understood like small business better. And like Patty and I did. We had that business. We were trying to make things work during 2020. And I always said in 2020, what's fucked is that. So what happened? Was I
Everyone
went to
else's fault,
my very
y'all.
first, which is ironic, and I've said this forever. I was living in Arizona, but I was in Ohio at the time. My parents covered my rent. I'm not ungrateful. Just because there's trauma involved doesn't mean that I'm not.
My parents covered my rent.
Override the bad either. There is a real situation here that is much more nuanced than black and white bullshit that you guys throw my way, by the way. So here you go. Here's some insight. I had just gotten back from Texas, which was like the first citizen journalist thing that I got into. And you have to understand, after I went back to Ohio, I had realized, like, I felt like a failure. I had gone through so much for 3 years. I went through hell to just graduate because A, that was when I didn't understand my medical issues were really bad. B, the school switched. C, the pressure everywhere was just intense. Left and right.
So intense,
anyway, so that was insane
so
what
intense.
I went through with that. And then I worked in my field, although it was a job, everything that I worked so hard to have in my life that I was proud of, there's always a disappointment somewhere. And I get that that's life. But I just know that I've had to work a little bit harder for people to take me as base level seriously as people that don't have those obstacles. The medical issues that no one wants to believe are anything real. Like, okay, well, look, normal people will tell you very much so I have POTS, okay? And also all the documents in the filing cabinet in my storage unit in Arizona.
No, you don't.
Show
You don't have
POTS.
POTS. You're a liar.
So suck my nuts. Also, you don't have to call a strip club that I worked at. Yikes. If you want to pretend
You don't
I
have
was a strip club, I'm
POTS.
fine with that too. Doesn't take away the reality though, also. But I mean, Alex, why would you even call that? You freak.
Because you're a liar.
Did you not like that I was at a high-end strip club?
Because you're a liar. And all you do
I
is
just
lie,
had
and she
secrets,
wants
and
her
I
to
only
prove that
danced
you're
when
a
I had
liar.
to. Ew. That's why I made businesses instead of stay around as a body in a hole. You like that. Don't put me in your corner, bitch. Yikes.
No, that's you. You're the
Also, let's be
whore.
honest, you probably couldn't have gotten a job there. There was a girl, one of the girls I let stay with me, looked a lot like Alex, actually. But she wanted to be white so bad, and I didn't care. She was really cool at first, and I got, like... There's something about these bitches, any of them, that just are like, hey, vegan has this, I'm gonna take it. Because I deserve it. I'm like, why though? Like,
no one wants
care, but, like,
anything
go away
that you
and find your
have.
own things to like earn, like be happy for. Don't like hate your life and then hate me for that. Like I don't care about other people and I don't want to hurt anyone. At worst, I walk away and I do things myself and I figure it out. No matter how traumatized I am, I do survive. But I don't like to do it where people are mocking and judging me or telling me I'm not doing enough. And I don't like to look at people that I would rather be like with resources for and be jealous of and hateful for. I just fuck off.
I really want chem
None of you
meal
have given me
tea.
that ability, and I'm trying to get to the point where I'm. Victoria's dead right about the fact that I fell for someone that told me that for once in my life it wasn't my body, it was me. I've also always been really insecure about my sex drive, which will never be very high, although it was after chicken because I'd been in Ohio after like 3 years of working like tirelessly with medical issues, barely keeping things together, and I still did. Until I couldn't anymore. My mom couldn't deny it. She could have literally done that the year prior. None of the damage that was done while I barely struggled to keep what I had would have happened, but she doesn't seem to get that. I didn't ask when I asked because I thought that I needed it right then and there as an emergency. I knew that things would get worse if I didn't get help. And yet I still trucked on doing my best on my own. And it didn't work, and then she had to take me home. Pretend to care. So I got back from my citizen journal thing in Texas, and like my medical issues were very isolating.
My medical
my dad always got it.
condition.
That was why I liked You Know Who so much, because my dad was always so good with like, he was just subtle. Like, I remember my big sister, my little sister lived down the hill at the time. My mom, my dad, and my big sister, we were walking. It was hot out. And, they knew why I was home, and it was medically relevant. And it's like altitude, okay? Positional, postural. It makes your heart rate spike. It's an autonomic condition. Google a little. Why didn't I just say I had diabetes? What other medical condition am I gonna, like, what the fuck, yikes. Okay, anyways, that's a weird condition to just make up. Weird. Really weird. Also really sad that you guys want to pretend it.
I think she may have had POTS at one point, but I think she grew out of it.
Look, fuck off. Dex has BPD, and I have a lot of empathy for her for that. I know people with BPD. I was proven to not have it. Don't run your mouth and dismiss what I really have because you want to pretend that I'm something I'm not. Okay, yikes. So, anywho.
No.
At the time, I was trying to find work that I felt like I was respected in without it being my body, or let's see, what was I doing? It was 2019, right? What had I done? Okay, so I started working at some companies, and I wanted to get some businesses together, but my family wasn't interested in that. They didn't understand it, and I just needed a little bit of help with overhead. My car was the last thing I got before I had to lose all the things I was trying to have, like, control of. My car was the only thing I got myself. And what my company did, the one company did, Arizona's Right to Work, and it wasn't the best job ever. I was just doing what I could that made sense while I was trying to figure something else out. And they knew I had my medical issues and what triggered them, and then, like, I think they just, like, didn't give a fuck anymore. It wasn't a high-paying job. It would have been better if I had just built my client base anyways, but nobody would give me the ability to stop working to build one. I mean, it was like, literally, there's a little bit of, like, you need a little bit of space to create a business. A little. You need overhead, you need business strategy, and you need
I'm gonna make myself some tea.
All that takes sitting around and doing things, which, like now, instead of working, I've been playing lawyer, and I don't really even get all of the money for work. I have to split it with someone who has a roof over their head and could have gotten a job too, and I'm not bashing him for that. I'm just saying, like, stop talking like I'm leeching. I'm doing everything that I can with the power I don't have at all. And the people telling me they could help put a little bit more effort in on their part, so I'm not dragging all the weight and then punished for not being able to be perfect because I don't have resources everyone else has. Yeah. And the scooter is great, but I can't leave Abby by herself. She will have a heart attack. That's why I had Daisy. That was my baby girl too, though. Fuck you guys for taking her from me for that. And my mama's catching charges if she does. Look, I have DV power. Everything anyone wants to do to take from me what I loved at any further point right now, I am actively safe from that. Anyone contributing to coercive control tactics, including taking my pets and not giving them back to me when I'm ready for them. Because Abby has had all the time in the world for my mom to give a fuck. You know what? Also, let's talk about all the things I didn't pay for so-and-so. We're not going to say names, but this person tried to make it seem like my mom didn't send them money for a vet bill, which she had. And my mama didn't want her to know, or me to know. That's what I was told by this person. Who knows at this point? But my mama told me that she did indeed pay this person for a vet bill. And I know she made a big fucking campaign about how I didn't pay for a vet bill for her. What is it? Is it that I'm shit or people are full of shit? And they're using me as a tool when I'm disadvantaged to make themselves better off. Yikes, fuck all of you for that. You're disgusting people, all of you. Anyhow, don't fake pretending giving a fuck about me if you're going to hurt me more. I'm just going to disappear if that's the case. And I'm not going to just go over to anyone's home, that, especially a dude that wants to fucking fuck me. I don't have energy right now. I had energy when I got back from Ohio to Arizona, even though it was traumatizing. I also was very much liked initially in the internet community scene. And I also didn't get too heavily involved in things I didn't want to. I had my regular life too. And then Chicken also protected my public image, which never led to what this has led to, which is just everyone looking at someone who got away with it, and then they took part of it when they thought it was opportune. That's disgusting, by the way. And I won't stick around to watch other people go through what I went through, whether or not I'm safe or not. I'm really not safe offline, period, though, at all. I don't have stability. I don't have access to resources I should have had, and I will eventually, but honestly, I don't know, man. I might just go disappear for a minute somewhere that I do feel safe, and I still don't have my baby taken from me. Because that is the final blow to someone who's been abused with domestic violence, is that everything they love is gone. Why would you think I'd want to live if my little baby girl, the one thing I got left, is gone? And I spent so much money on her when you guys fucked with my jobs. I've done things none of you could have done with all the shit that's been on my shoulders. And I'm out of gas because I had to literally play lawyer for 3 seasons. And I didn't fall apart. And when I do try to check myself in, I'm told I'm not crazy enough. Or I spend hours in entities that don't do their jobs. Or I have to fucking go into corrupt entities that, again, not everybody is, but some are. And I just have to remind them of codes that they're supposed to honor because they pretend that they don't have the education I had to research and I don't get paid to fucking have education on. I have to be smarter than the people that don't want to do their shit. Not because I'm smart, because I don't want to die. And it's in their hands and nobody cares. So I was going down the hill to my little sister's house from, my mom and dad were at my grandma's at that time. My big sister was there, and I started getting dizzy, and it was totally POTS. It had nothing to do with anything drug related at all. Like, it was just barely in the morning. And I was starting to stumble, and it was my little sister and my big sister. Oh, we had come back from their house down to my little sister's house. Okay, anyways. My big sister and my little sister were giggling that I was stoned. I hadn't touched it that day. And I don't just, like, randomly start falling from weight either. Like, my dad was like, guys, it's her POTS. I didn't want to talk to my little sister for a while after that. My big sister I'm not as close with, like, constantly. I love my big sister, actually, but all of my siblings have had some part of my life where I fought because I thought they really were, like, very big influences to me. And when we were kids, they would always yell at my bio dad if he would just pop out of nowhere. I was protected, but they didn't understand what I had to really go through, that they weren't off the protected square bubble of normalcy that I was mostly in. My grandparents never looked at me like I wasn't theirs. In fact, my brother and I think, were my grandpa, my dad's dad. They never forgot me. I think there was a level of special treatment I would get sometimes, but also, like, my brother and I weren't the ones that fucked around with boys or girls in relationships, and we just worked, and we tried to move out early and, like, be independent. And my grandpa, I think he just really, like, the grandpas were more business oriented. They liked, my mom's dad that died, he wasn't my brother's grandpa, but our grandpa, my brother and my grandpa, my dad's dad. He loves all of us, trust that. But, like, there was something I felt like as a child that my dad's parents really, like, even during COVID, God, guys, there's a lot, and I'm seeing the signs right now, but everything is all making sense and patterns. Anyways, my mom initially didn't have us with her dad that just died very much as a kid because I think they had emotional issues they had to get over. And then around middle school, we got to start seeing him again, and I guess he had a healthcare scare or something, and he really wanted to get to know me and my little sister. And I've never seen the side of him that she thinks that she saw. I know there was stuff that happened with him and my grandma that wasn't ideal, and I don't care. It's not my fucking business. It wasn't the part of life I knew him in, and he tried to change. And I know he loved me. And I didn't want to see what happened when he lost his mind. It was some kind of rare blood cancer, and I was in a car with a man who told me after all he'd taken, this is how coercive control works. They take everything from you, so they're all you have left. I believed him then because it was what I had left. So yeah, I went back to that. And the most I got to grieve was bawling my eyes out in the car next to a person that didn't give a fuck about what they'd done to make me, so I couldn't even go home to see my grandpa. And much less why did I want to at that point. I mean, he was the last I saw of him was good. I didn't get to grieve anything. All of you with thumbtacks, that's one thumbtack. All right, what about like a million of nails just driving into you all at once? That was me. Don't tell me how you've been through shit and my shit doesn't matter. No, I understand yours matters, but it's not the amount and the concentration mine was. Be human. Stop dismissing it. Yikes. I also was smeared so badly about meth, which I literally hardly fucking used. And if I did, it was because I could have just, if I could have had more Adderall, yeah, I probably would have used that instead. I hate meth. I have a medical condition with a blood pressure, like, the Toledo specialist I saw when I went back in 2019, because my mom we were trying to figure out, the reality is it shouldn't have been what is going on with my medical condition, because there's a lot of situations with that. It's what can I work? And that was what my neighbor helped me with, and my mentor and OC helped me with, and Zach helped me with, was figuring out ways to work that were not going to physically exert me to a point of having no quality of life. I had to think, I had to strategize. That's business. As piecework. They got it, but my family didn't. So instead of like figuring out how I could have saved money and put it aside to start a business that I could have done market research on, or I was trying to figure out what worked. So what upset me and what basically happened is I was trying to do that, and I was really researching my medical issues, and then I realized that there's this MTHF gene, or R gene. We call it in the POS community a motherfucker gene, but it's not really, it looks like that when you look at it. It's like MTFR? Anyways, it's a gene, and it's linked to the connective tissue I have. It's linked to the mast cell activation syndrome, which is like body and temperature irregularities, where like, if I'm episodic, sometimes I'll go from like shivering. You don't always see
episodic, by the way.
Everything's meth, right? Or some kind of drug. It just doesn't, it cannot be what it is, no matter how much evidence. Imagine me growing up like that with my medical issues. Ding, 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 that number one. Ding, 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 number two. In a surrounded family of wonderful, beautiful, normal people and normal life that I had a little bit of a dark edge behind me with. And it wasn't my mental health as much. My mental health has been harmed by things that are not genetically unhinged about me. Which is why when I went to go check myself in both in Ventura and Venice, I was told, oh, you're stable enough, we'll just get you meds, and then the chick next to you gets a bed right away. I was literally told in Ventura, no, that was Venice. No, wait. Which one was first? Okay, so Ventura. Okay, Ventura was that one. Okay, Ventura, they put me in a fucking crisis unit, and they gave me some meds. And that's the funny thing is because right before, you know who snapped and I left and I went to Arizona, yes, I left. Use it or lose it, I left. But I'm a stalker. Let's just fuck off with that one. All these things that you guys need me to be that I'm not, like, stop it or, like, wonder why I don't give a fuck. Just start.
Like, we watched you stalk him. We seen it. We watched it with our own two motherfucking eyeballs. We seen it.
You gotta put this little puppy in because my music is gone now.
Like, what? The gaslighting.
Fucking album. That reminds me of, like, fucking riding horses.
The gaslighting.
What was it? Fucking Rise Against. Fucking, yeah, Rise of something of the refugee. Tears of the refugee.
I really want to get to this part before I leave, so.
I have proof of that. I've said that from the beginning. The first day I met him, he tried to fuck me, and it was like he was a child. I don't know. I think he had this weird little, like, crush on an older chick the whole time. But it's weird because, like, before I started hanging out with him, he was, like, a child, and I wasn't into it.
And you fucked a child.
Amazing. The baked that bar guy, like, chicken, like, cried. He called me, and he was like, "Megan, I ruined Meg's life." Because I'd had stuff happen. I'd had break-ins. I'd had forever, but I'm trying to piece it together in a sense that's, like, more linear. I've been through a lot. I always had that crazy bio dad on the side. I don't even think he's crazy. I think he was.
I made it a little too sweet.
And he's not perfect, but and he could have taken accountability, in my opinion, too, like my mother with the mental health stuff. But
a little too sweet.
I don't think
a little too sweet.
I thought he was just more like an older cousin when I did know him, and I didn't have him as a father figure most of my life, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't want bad for him, and I don't need to know him when he's abusive either, though. And he gets a little obsessive too. That was kind of part of the issue, is that he really, like, he would just, like, interject, like, actually, like, after I haven't seen him forever. Here's the thing, this is what I'm saying. I'm in the middle of graduating at Kent Stage, which is because my class was one of the bigger ones in Kent at that time. I think we had like a 500 or 600 grad. Fucked off. It wasn't like hurting her to just kick it and do her own thing constantly. I was in college working, trying to have nothing abusive from my mother and have her be proud of me. And then my other girlfriend, I think her mom was like off the government. She had some like mental health issues and I'm just saying they had resources when I had nothing. My family was either not caring enough to care to help because it was stubborn. Retaliation mostly from my mother. And my dad...
I'm so mad at myself. I put too much fucking honey in here.
Like I said, he left for 3 days and she made him stay out of the house officially for 3 years. And all that man did was love her and take care of a kid
Mother
that he
trucker.
didn't care about. And he cared about a woman that cared about a man that was a fantasy in her history that she didn't have anymore. And then one day, finally, my mom decided he was good enough for her, and I think that's all he ever deserved. But, yeah, so, like, I moved down.
I really need another one of these.
I still partied. I had a lot. I was wild. My
But I don't have money.
Very hardcore. But I had, like, a death wish, too. And also not that I wanted to hurt anyone else. It was just like, if I die, I die. It's going to be okay. But not like I didn't put myself in situations where others would get hurt. It'd be like, if I drink too much and I take too much of this, I don't care. If I literally, like, need to run into a wall and try... Like, I'm telling you guys, I didn't live for me. Ever in my life. I just never felt like I truly, like...
Yeah, but then
I
it's...
myself, I just didn't want to care.
Then it's going to be
just
watered
a little
down.
bit more traumatic for me.
I have an
And I
idea.
didn't understand the nuance of
I'll be right back.
until more recently, I guess. But yeah, after 2020, so 2019, long story short, after the medical bullshit where everything was falling apart. Oh yeah, so Rosie, this is towards the end now. So me and my best friend, she flew out, and then we split the cars. We went all over the place. She stayed at our home base with Scottsdale, of course. So she got to see my whole life out west. And then my best friend and her daughter came out. Anyways, long story short, a lot of my friends came out west to see me, and it was fun and it was cool. And I was the one that was considered like I had my shit together first, and then I got sick. And then everybody that had family that really did actually genuinely care and had resources that they could have helped their kids really take a leg up on and move forward from. It was just circumstantial and very manipulative with my mother, and my dad had no control of it, but he's the one who made the money, which is really funny because when she lost her job at that one place, she literally tried so hard not to work for so long until my dad finally got mad about it. And don't let me lie, like, the woman's worked hard and she's gotten cut short in her life plenty. But that's not my fault. I loved her and I looked up to her, so that's fucked how she literally will watch me drown in front of her and tell me it's anything but it's not, just to make herself feel better about it. I don't know what that means. I don't know the depths of it. I just know that she'll die for me if it's not about me and her problems traumatically that I'm connected to. So I still think she's not a narcissist. Maybe she is a little bit, but I don't know. I think it's a cope. That it's just a pathetic, weak, unaccountable, emotional cope that she will not ever admit to herself. I think a part of her hates herself for how she's done nothing in the moments that I needed her the most. I think deep down she's aware of it, but I don't think she really feels like, I don't know, there's some cognitive dissonance with it. Anyway, so Rosie, okay, so I got back from Seattle with Abby, my best friend back to Ohio. She went back to Ohio, and then I started working again, and it was still in the era of the medical issues. It was actually towards the end when I was realizing my money that I had savings for, and I had money to, like, build things with, was slowly disappearing because I was so sick. There was a lot of times I just couldn't go make money, and I wouldn't stay in bed for days. I would be sick as fuck, wishing I would die. But I also didn't always wish I would die. It was a pain. It was a pain. It wasn't the mental. I wanted to live next... I had such a beautiful thing going for me, and I wish I would have been more grateful even then, but I still don't know how all this happened. So Rosie,
Do we like to hurt so much? Why do we like to hurt so much? That's what you get when you let your heart win.
But you know, we gotta go back to that incident the day I killed myself. She basically, like, blamed me, and she cornered me in the kitchen and wouldn't let me move, and told me over and over with this look in her eye that someone we won't name also had, and someone, like, my father would get when he was manic when he spun the fucking playground thing, and I said, Dad, please stop, when I was 7
The
or 8.
sound of it fading.
Yeah, that's a scar, okay? Because someone with mania, I don't know if you've ever felt it before. I've never felt it to the point where I wanted to...
Oh, it's good now.
If you've ever been in such a shitty mental state...
I emptied half of it out, and then I put more, I put another tea bag in and hot water.
It's low-key how I was the other night when Victoria pointed it out. I was shit-talking everything. I'm sorry, Stu. I love you so much. I know you don't. You're just my bestie now. But what I'm not telling you has been going on behind the scenes, and you guys have just decided it ain't like that.
Oh, now it's
Behind the
perfecto.
scenes. And I should be living my life right now because I just worked so hard for my peace.
I just worked so hard for my peace, lying to the court.
Just get my reality of happiness back, and I did the most of the work. Why isn't anyone fucking giving a fuck to really take seriously that I just need to feel safe out of other people's thumbs, and I can work, and I don't have to be dumb. And the problem that was bringing me back to you guys is now gone. I can fuck off and never come back on the internet again, and I'll be just fine if I have a car, and I'm not in someone's house that has resources that literally could be more effort put into things when I'm putting everything and then some into things with bare minimum. And I get that, but, like, if you're gonna say you want to help somebody, please do it all the way, all the way.
I mean, I agree to some degree. My pregnancy was trauma.
I'm not giving up, but I'm about to. Holy fuck. Like, There's so many things that if I had a car, I would just be able to just greenlight my life for. Why doesn't anyone want that for me who's telling me to smile or,
why is there 151 people here? I ain't doing nothing.
Exploited in your body?
No, must be nobody live.
Crimes of severe criminality, by the way. But we don't
Shout out to y'all, though.
Why don't you give us your hole? Because I'm not going to give you my hole. Fuck. I don't want to be your wife.
So you're lazy, you don't want to work, and you don't want to sell pussy. So, like, what do you want to do? You want to do absolutely nothing and get something? That's not how the world works.
I don't know any of you. Fuck. But am I human to any of you enough that you have extra money for a car that could bother?
Extra money? No one has extra money.
She'll pay for a fucking apartment that won't last, and I would need her co-signing with anyways. But can I just get my life back so I have an established history of work and income? Now she's checked out. She'll pay for a fucking apartment that won't last, and I would need her co-signing with anyways. But can I just get my life back so I have an established history of work and income so that I can just get my own? Anyone feel like that's something I deserve? I guess not. Okay, so fuck all of you that have told me that you'll give me something if I give you something. No. I have done more for less for others. I deserve that too right now. I don't respect anyone telling me that. I don't respect anyone that said they cared that has the luxury to walk away. That is giving me low tier fucking thought processes of things that would not work. Because why would they work? Oh my god, it's like people think I'm really this dumb. Why did you go do this and this? Oh my god, maybe I've tried and there's a lot to it. And even if I do have opportunities to get things back, that's still a process. Oh my god. No, I don't want to know so many of you, including those of you that tell me you care and can't right now. Sorry, it's real. I don't hate anyone though, I really don't. I don't actually. In fact, I just kind of like still like even Controlla. She's such an empty soulless slug. I look at her and I'm like, what is wrong with you? Everyone hates you. You're really dumb. People just literally all the rejects from everywhere else that hate me that found a weapon and exploiting me. That's the only reason people follow you.
Yay! I found my people.
It's a narrative that you allow and harness. Okay, you harbor it. You profit off of it. Well,
I do. I
you
do.
ruin my reality so that I can't keep doing the things that I should
I
be.
profit.
With horrible things. Yeah. No, fuck you, whore. You're a skank. You're trash. But I don't hate you.
I am actually not a whore, nor am I a skank, nor, I mean, maybe trash. Like, maybe I'm trash. I'm not going to speak to that. I can't say that definitively. But I know for damn sure I'm not a whore, nor am I a skank. That would be you, Besh. That would be you. Glory hole, claw job, had sex on stream. I've never done any of those things. That's all you.
You should disappear from my brain, though. Why am I so stuck in yours, freak? Be something of your own doing, for fuck's sake, God. I mean, look, you're still not even competent as a counselor, you piece of shit bully. But yet, you're still older than me, getting a degree that you told me mine didn't exist for. Who are you and what's wrong with you?
I'm not getting a veterinarian degree.
That I said I loved, well, I ignored it. Yeah, I'm telling you, this is how I feel, bitch. Be grateful, get off. But yet, you're still older than me, getting a degree that you told me mine didn't exist for. Who are you and what's wrong with you? I never drove in a car high with a kid that I said I loved, well, I ignored.
I never drove high in the car with a kid either. You're making things up. Your own friend Gish told you that's not true. You're like, I don't have extra money. My extra money goes to vacation with my kid. Like, F out of here, bro. Anyone in the world, like, no one has extra money for you, vegan. Like, stop it. What do you think? Like, people in this community are millionaires? Stop. But yeah, like, I never drove intoxicated under the influence with a kid in the car. You drove under the influence and hit someone. You did that. Stop projecting. Because no under the influence, like, if I had ever done anything under the influence, why wasn't I charged with it? Even in that bum-ass accident, I was never charged with DUI or DWI or anything related to driving under the influence. So hush up your face, liar.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this is how I feel, bitch. Be grateful. Get off the internet. Stop drooling over me as you pass out with your DoorDash. I don't watch you, but
I'll pay $500 for proof of me ever doing that. Of a clip of me ever passing out, drooling with DoorDash, listening to vegan. I want to see it because I know it don't exist. I know it don't exist because it never happened.
Hear about it all the time. Trust that. People hate you, and people have turned on hating me because of how much you are a pathetic failure at my like behest or whatever. Like you are so obvious, and the only people that support you are people that are petty and like didn't
I
get
never.
what they
There's
wanted
no.
from me that they felt entitled to.
There ain't no video of me with drooling with DoorDash listening to Vegan. What up,
There's
babe?
value to you, in my opinion, and you could really be appreciative of things that matter in your life that I don't have, that I wish I had, and I should have had. Because I worked harder for you, to sit on your ass and not get anywhere in life, you fucking junkie, telling a bitch who has been through hell that you could have never gotten through. Let's be real, you're not smart enough to even know what the fuck reality is. You couldn't have done this.
Okay, so let me get this straight, Vegan. I navigated being a mother. I navigated overcoming substance use disorder. I navigated losing my husband, but I couldn't have navigated your pathetic fucking existence. Okay. Like, what? That doesn't even sound right. Like, that doesn't even sound plausible. Like, yeah, totally, Vegan. I totally couldn't have made your, I couldn't have handled your life. That would have been the fucking draw, you know, dealing with a dead spouse, cakewalk, having to pick myself up with a 10-month-old after losing the love of my life, cakewalk, but your life, that would have been a little bit too much for me. I wouldn't have been able to handle it. I don't know how I would have fared in that, in that arena. I might not have come out, like, what? Like, is this real life? I guess the funny part is that she really believes that too. Like, she wholeheartedly, like, with every ounce of her being, believes, like, oh yeah, Controlla would never been able to handle my life. I'm such a warrior. I'm a trooper. I'm this and that. Like, but it's like, really, vegan, you could never handle actual heartache. You could never handle actual, like, trauma and strife. Like, I overcame addiction, mental illness, the loss of my husband, domestic violence. Stop it. Just stop. Like, just stop.
You get to stay at daddy's home. Just as gross as I am with no trauma, by the way. Currently, anyways. Yikes. And nothing to say that...
No trauma, by the way, guys. I don't have any trauma because Vegan said so.
You built yourself, right?
Like, what?
Just as gross as I am with no trauma, by the way. Currently, anyways. Yikes. And nothing to say that you built yourself, right? You should get off the internet and make your own life better. Because me, hating me ain't gonna...
I'm pretty sure that my degree, I got myself. I'm pretty sure, like, the degree that I have, that's, like, all me. And I'm pretty sure the second degree that I'm working on currently, that's all me. And I'm pretty sure that truck that I just bought, that's all me. And I'm pretty sure that my job is all me. And my kid, and raising my, like, what?
Fix it for you. And bitch, I'm almost out. Now I'm gonna make my life matter. Because I've done that before. Catch up. Head.
I'm...
Dare tell me.
Between the two of us, babe, honestly speaking, like, and I'm just being real about this, and I don't want to be like an asshole, but I have to. Between the two of us, you look way more like a hag than I ever could. Like, I'm not even hag-like. Like, you have the face of a hag. And one of the telltale signs of being a hag is not having children. So I don't fit the bill.
Do the hell of it, because there is something really wrong with that, and you are harassing a domestic violence victim. Bitch, I would shut the fuck up. It may already be too late for you.
Hey, Vegan, remember when I was the domestic violence victim and I was being harassed by Skelly and they had a whole hashtag for my ex to be freed, and you went on his panel and promoted him? Oh yeah, that's right. Shut your face.
That was the grossest shit I've ever heard, and I don't ever pay attention to anything you ever tell me. I hear people always...
Was it grosser than hashtag finish the job for my ex to literally get out of jail and beat me up again that you supported? Was it worse than that? I don't think so. Just saying.
I hate how you speak on me, though. And I know the rumors that you start that don't exist as reality. I had to spend $25 as my money was slowly chipped out more and more to prove yet again that maybe Controlla has no idea what reality is.
I love the fact that you spent money that you didn't have.
Why would you lie about that, Controlla?
Because it was funny.
It's just like they dropped it and moved on to another smear that they could
Because it's
not.
funny. And look at how it got you to act.
You guys all that. Get the fuck away from me with that shit, guys.
And you're still talking about it,
Anyways,
so
yeah,
I
basically,
win.
Like, my bio dad showed up in Arizona, and he was like, I don't know what he did. He was really excited because, like, he was in Montana, I think, and he found, like, Montana, I think wherever he
All right,
was,
I need to skip past this little part.
But he likes to cut corners, and he drove across the country, and so I haven't done this in a while. Just as... Oh shit, you guys are at 20%. I'm gonna try to get summer.
She's
I'm trying to go, and then I'm gonna
air
sit down
hungry.
again. I don't feel good.
I don't feel good like every other day of my life. Do you ever
So, like,
feel
I got
good?
back from Seattle with my best friend.
Ever?
We went back to Ohio, and it was just me.
Like, serious question, do you
Daisy.
ever feel good?
Got Daisy back from Patty. I went back to work. It's like only a month or two after, right? It was like July. Yeah, it was monsoon season. Okay, so check this. You guys wanted to give me shit about my bathtub. Well, okay, this is a retarded thing. I've explained this, though. And actually, me and Patty figured it out. What I was concerned... Okay.
I really want to get to the part where she takes her BP.
A baby him picture, which
because it's so crazy.
And I was just getting through. I wanted to pay my bills and do my job and make my clients happy. And it was hot and I was sick.
I'm just saying,
if too well, the Corolla and the Yaris were good.
I'm just saying, if people, like, if we had to poll people on who's more hag-like, I'm sure she'd win. Without a doubt.
Because they were... You beat the fuck out of yourselves. You guys are stalkers. You will. You could, but you guys... And, like, he decided to make an impromptu visit without planning when I asked him for better planning. And then he and my poor pitbull, Benjamin, were stuck in the fucking heat. Well, I had to get back from work. Like, it was crazy. And then, like, anyways, he wanted to go get food. It ended like this. He wanted to go get food, and he was cranky because he was hungry. Like, it was all me with him. It was wild.
Sounds like you.
And I accommodated the best I could, but I couldn't just drop what I was doing, nor could I make traffic disappear when I was coming back from a job. I told him I'd be home by a certain point from. Like, all he could have done was take an account and responsibility for any of it. Literally any of it.
He probably had to wait outside, and that's probably why he was upset.
Assuming your daughter that has a job that you refuse to have a normal social functioning to have. No offense. I don't know. People live in worlds of everything they do is right and nothing anyone else does could be because they're right and nobody else could be. It's just like...
That's you!
So... He just assumed that he was allowed into a dispensary for no reason, by the way. This was like, what, 2017, yeah. He just, like, got really angry because I had to break the reality that he couldn't just come with me into the dispensary. And he just wanted to eat and get fucking weed. Because he ran out because he sold it all. That is his shit. Okay, how about I get through traffic? I have a client I'm going to responsibly finish my duties for. Anyways, with a car that, like, doesn't like the heat at all because the Chevy was having issues with it. I think this was, like, the second year I had it. I think I had it for 3 years, right? So Yaris got fucking totaled in 15, right? No, 16.
So the Yaris got totaled, but didn't get in a bad accident.
Yeah, and then my best friend gave me that blazer. So I could get finished with school, which was already hell, and then also, like, I didn't stop working. Okay, yeah. So, 16 to, what was it? I think it was 18 I got the Corolla. Was it 18? No, I think it was 19, and it was 2017. I don't remember exactly. Anyways, no, I think it was 2018 is when I got the
Not
Corolla.
drugs, though.
So I guess I had the fucking blazer for, like, 2 years. Whew. And I tried to be responsible with it. I drove it to, oh my God, I have a story with this too. I drove it to fucking LA. Well, it was OC. I didn't like LA unless I went to West.
See, this is the problem with you. You think that you get these hoop rock cars and you think that you could drive from Arizona to LA. You can't. Those are A-B cars. They're supposed to get you from point A to point B and that's it. You can't be traveling states with them. But that's why you currently...
Hollywood, and me and my best friend from OC, that was like West Hollywood. It was, I don't know if you guys know, what was it, Chop? Was it Chop Shop? No, it's not Chop Shop. It was a Saddle Ranch.
What happened, Heartbeats?
House. They used to have one in Glendale, so when she'd visit me, we'd go to that one. And then I believe there was one in OC too, but we preferred the one in West Hollywood. If I'm not mistaken, there was more than one.
Did George get blocked?
One, and then me and my other girlfriend, we always went to Khoisan, which was North Orange County. Anywho, not the point. I only drove the blazer across the state lines once. Holy fuck, that was an adventure because...
Oh, yeah, because people were confused about it being Gen J. Yeah, why can't you go on... I know, but it's because it's Gen J. It's because it's Gen J and people don't want to be confused. Why can't you go on Carissa Loves GW? I like that account.
Abby, please stop. That is really...
Oh, this is when she steps on her dog and blames her dog.
I want to replay that with a Bluetooth. Hold on. Thank you, by the way. Yeah, Abby, please stop. That is really unacceptably annoying. Why would you even shriek like that in my ear right now, dog? Please stop. Like, literally have some fucking patience, Boogie. For fuck's sake.
Maybe because you stepped on her?
Oh, please stop. Please, my dears. Do not shriek in my ear. I'll have a panic attack and I will not be able to help you if you pressure me.
No, but, why can't you go on your account, not account that's other people?
Logan's, hold on, let me... do you know that your excitement to do whatever you want really gets in the way of you doing what you want? Thank you.
Sounds like you.
Hold on. We're gonna cut this short soon. I gotta get a few things out there before I head out. I do appreciate, oh, and I'll replay that too. Hold on a second. One thing at a time, and there's a lot more that I really need a therapist for, and if anyone wanted that for me, they wouldn't have gone after my income. They wouldn't have gaslit me to even where people who could help me won't. So I'm stuck in a state of only if I give others what they want will I be happy.
I don't know, but George is not normal, but I love him anyway.
I've done a lot more in my life with just this period.
Apparently,
that I should have ever had.
There's
right now, which I don't think anyone
an account that says I do.
Feeling safe and comfortable in mid-level.
George Wallace.
Human that I put effort into life. Passing in a drink. Holy shit, I don't feel good.
Holy shit, I don't feel good.
Maybe that contributed to this. Fuck you for actually having the nerve to speak to me how you have as if I could have done better, or the people that should know me better, listening to people that are like you guys that know better. And then also just in general, all the things in my life I've had to prove myself more as valid than other people that get to just breathe and smile while I'm told that I'm a piece of shit on drugs. So I get it all. Yeah, I'm sorry, Mama. I love you. I do love you. I don't know if you love me sometimes, but I think you do
This is a
somewhere. I just think
sicko.
it's hard when it hurts you more than it should.
This is a
because you're
sicko.
rather sacrifice my
She's a
health
sicko.
emotionally, physically, and period. As a human,
Her mom's
and your own
abusive,
ego when you can't
apparently.
get fucked up or you have a part to play in it.
Vegan's not abusive. Everyone
I'm
else
sad with
is.
that, though. I still don't know if I think she's a narcissist, but I'm not going to separate on it. It's sad what's going on right now. Although there's a lot to all of it. I'll be right back. I'm going to finish my story. I need to.
What story? You're not telling a story. You're looping. Loop-de-doo. It's the never-ending loop. Wait, I got a song. This is the loop that never ends. Yet it loops on and on, my friend. Vegan started looping, not knowing what it was, and she'll continue looping forever just because this is the loop that never ends. VP punched her mom. My face froze on my screen because my phone rang.
I'm actually going to do that.
Yes, test your...
Like learn things with my body. If anyone else has medical issues, like if it affects your autonomic system in general,
Your autonomic system.
You know what's going on when you're symptomatic. Just want to check that out. I am sure it's pot related. Why wouldn't it be? But
I'm potsy, but I'm not potsy because my BP is fine.
okay. Thank you. I'm gonna replay that too with the Bluetooth on. Hold on a second. Let me connect you guys. Give me a moment. I really just want to finish and I want to go get some weed and I don't have any money. Well, thank you. I might have enough for a little bit more now. Thank you actually for that. That's really the only thing that's helped my brain shut off is weed. And then when I'm in a good mood, it's a lot of fun to just get the good weed and be funny. And me and Purple have a lot of fun. Like we just babble. I don't know. It's the simple things that I'm not allowed to have that you all tell me I don't appreciate. No, I don't have them to appreciate. You've taken them from me. Fuck yourselves. I fought like death to not lose them. And yet here we are. I'll be right back. Okay, I will get to the fucking... I'm going to replay it. Please hang... I'm going to replay it. Please hang tight. Literally a person here. Anyways, I will replay it. Thank you for the donation. Honestly, like... I never asked for you guys to really, like, pay my way. I just said if I'm here, don't make me not have... Like, if I'm here and you see things that have been done through the internet that I didn't deserve to have happen to me, and they were financial, and they put me in a situation of endangerment, and all y'all that act like you gave a fuck about me, you literally protested me the moments I fucking had a right to do what I did and served him. You literally turned it into a sport where you wanted to rub in my face I wasn't human and I didn't deserve rights and peace, and that's not legal, obviously, as we know, but I shouldn't have had to fight that hard for that, and I shouldn't be here now because of that. All of what he did to me was enough. How the fuck do you guys live with yourself knowing that you took part in something?
What?
Actually, honestly, what is wrong with so many of you? And those of you that walked away and pretended it was scary, well, what do you think I went through? You want to tell me how I'm not doing good enough? No, I don't think you care at that point. I think you're convenient, and I don't.
Why? Nobody is here to, like, put on a shield and get abused online to protect you.
I talk to you if those are the reactions I'm getting from anyone pretending to give a fuck about me. So, I'm going to replay this. Let's see. I haven't done this in a while because you know what? You guys don't give me a reason to bring around a speaker. You guys don't give me a reason to feel like you guys respect that I do. I really, if I'm here and I've already been exploited, fucking pay it forward. Yikes. Treat me like you think I'm worth it. I'm not going to stay here if this is the vibe. But thank you. Today was nice. I appreciate that. Although I should literally have all the things I can talk about these things in private. I shouldn't have to be so traumatized to the point that before I devout if I need to. You guys just need to know the fucking facts before I do. Otherwise, you know, I don't get what... I don't know, man. I didn't grow up feeling like the world felt like this about me. I didn't grow up feeling like the world was even this inhuman towards people that were suffering in front of them. I don't know what any of this means.
My life is so hard!
I also thought that the people that always told me to not die really wanted me not to die.
hair looks like absolute
and I just need a
shit.
little bit of help, and instead it's gaslighting.
It really does.
And it's
It looks
manipulated,
so
and it's
bad.
controlled, and it's gross. So anyway, working on replaying that. Don't know. That was a long prompt. I don't even remember Power Chat. Guys, you literally punished me for nothing you had a right to fucking hurt me for, and you made it funny for me to want to stay. Because why the fuck would I want to kick it if you guys don't even respect my time and vulnerability?
I don't.
financially,
I
like,
just want money.
Also, you've seen how the emotional exploitation's been, and you're just fine with all that. Like, what the fuck, dude, you know? Like, no, I don't trust anyone cares right now, even if you say you do. There's a lot more everyone could have done that wouldn't have inconvenienced them that bad. Purple and his dad went through hell. No one that false reports is going to get far right now. Anyone who wanted to truly care about me, there's a lot of people who wouldn't even be affected because the worst is over. I did that, you cowards. While you walked away and pretended I wasn't really going through what I went through, or you could be like, oh yeah, vegan, that's horrible. Okay, are you okay? No, I'm barely on the shore. Like, did someone pump the water out of my lungs? I was drowning for a while. Yeah, I fought real hard not to fully succumb.
She moved mountains, y'all.
Nobody cares. Yeah, I have no respect for a lot of people, honestly, at this point. Hold on, though. Trying.
Fuck your faith moves mountains.
I mean, look, even Michael,
Vegan
Michael
moves
and
mountains.
Eric, I don't know Eric like I used to, but I feel like there's a part of him that's ready to get back, you know? And Mike even, like, he admitted, and I appreciate that. Mike, I wish you would not call me at 2 a.m. I really miss you, and I thought you were like a homie before, you know, the worst happened. But I also think that you've been fair with me this year to a point that I really appreciate it. And I think me, Eric, and Mike all come from families that I do think they love us. But I think Mike and Eric's mama will put up with things that my mama would want to run from, and that's sad. You guys made a problem that you didn't even know was a problem 10 times worse by what you did with my ex, who I loved. It's really gross that all of you put your fingers in the back of the jar to make my life so demonically tormented that, like, someone as tough as me and as independent and as benign and willing to dip out, you didn't even let me do that. Ugh, God. Anyways, so I'm going to say this. Hold on. Thank you so much. There we go. I'm going to take this. Oh, you guys can hear me now. I'm just saying people could have done more when they saw what I was going through, and they didn't. And I've done more for people who went through less. Slap in the face.
Bad buffet mountain. Mountains of piss.
Okay, so that's not it. Well, oh, dude, that's actually exactly what I was worried about. This is literally isolated hypertension. That is not ideal. I'm definitely episodic right now. Okay, I'm taking a picture of this. This is what I was telling B about the other day. Okay, so diastolics on the bottom, systolics on the top. Okay, my heart rate's 131, which not great for just walking and barely walking up steps, but with POTS, not too unexpected. However, diastolics bottom number, and it is like 85.
85 is what the bottom number is supposed to be. The bottom number is supposed to be 85. 120 over 80 is a perfect BP.
Top is only 120. It should be like...
Oh my God. 120 over 80 is a perfect BP. That's a perfect BP. Perfect. Perfect. 120 over 85, perfect. Rest, like, she's the dumbest person I've ever heard in my life. Medical degree, by the way. I know what perfect BP is because of CNA. Fun fact, I went to school for CNA. I took my state boards and everything. Yay. But I'm not certified anymore because it was years and years and years ago. But 120 over 85 is literally a perfect blood pressure. But listen to her say how it's bad, it's terrible.
Walking up steps, but with POTS, not too unexpected. However, diastolics bottom number, and it is like 85. Top is only 120. It should be like... Wait. No, so, okay. 85 is really high for a diastolic.
No, it's not.
It's like fucking 60. Average, I think.
Again, I said this yesterday when I was in the shower. I used to have a really low BP. Like, my BP was always low, but that's because I was a loser and I was sickly. And my BP used to be like 100 over 60. That is a very low BP. 100 over 60 is low. Low. So she's saying that it should be 60. That's low.
Let me double check. Let me see what the average is for blood pressure.
The average is 120 over 80.
Mine's typically lower, and in my brain, I actually haven't paid any fucking attention, so
Imagine you have a blood pressure disorder and you don't know what normal blood pressure is supposed to be. Like, are you dead ass right now? Are you so fucking for real?
Because I know how my body, I know, like, that's what I was trying to tell Victoria, like, anyone with, like, internal issues that you need to track what your symptoms mean, I don't look at this anymore because I know what's going on in my body now, but I used to, like, religiously take this with me when I started realizing that my symptoms could correlate with my...
You want to know why she takes her BP? You want to know why she takes her BP? Because she hopes that her BP is abnormal, so then she could say, look, guys, it's the POTS. And that's why she's doing this right now. Like, oh, yeah, guys, this is right. And now she's realizing, oh, wait, that's normal. So now I have to, like, talk it up and say, no, I know my body.
My internal stuff. And actually, when POTS was being studied, there was this Texas study that literally, it basically did that. It would, like, have a Holter monitor and stuff, like, hooked up to people. And so then they would put them under stress tests so that you knew what was going on physiologically underneath the symptoms. Because POTS is so hard to just notice from the surface what the real problem is. And I thought that was honorable. It didn't fix everything, but it was interesting. And now when I get certain, I mean, that would, hold on. Okay. Average blood pressure.
It's 120 over 80.
Before I speak too much.
Yeah, she wants to check what a regular BP is so that she doesn't look like a fool as she's saying, yeah, see, my BP is crazy.
More women. Okay, adult women. Yeah. The 60s is, that was like 80 fucking, hold on, I took a picture. That was way high for a diastolic for someone that's healthier or in shape enough. I mean, I've been in better shape and I've literally had worse symptoms, so it ain't like that, trust that. But if you're in bad shape, of course, those overlap even worse with the things that, okay, so let's just check. Oh my god, it was, 121 over 85. Okay, so 120 is pretty normal. It's kind of high for me with the systolic, but the diastolic being 85 is, that's called isolated hypertension. Yikes.
No, it's not.
Let me make sure that exact number would be considered such, but let me see here.
It wouldn't because it's perfect.
Is when diastolic is higher than systolic, and usually they correlate, like one's high and the other one gets higher. That's normal average high blood pressure. But when I'm episodic, I am typically low blood pressure, but when I'm episodic, when I get dizzy, and then I wake up with the excruciating head pains that I want to be dead or chop my head off for, like I can't move, honestly, like not kidding. That was why Nurtec was such a blessing, and then I had that, and then I had to leave, and it is, fuck all of you for taking things. I had just worked out my life to work out my life.
Yeah, we're really jealous.
I mean, God, Nurtec saved my, like, ass. Anyways. I don't have access to those things, but at least I know they exist, so when I eventually get back to being allowed to be a person, like, it is.
Yes, if she had POTS, her BP would be low. It would be 80 over 60 or 100 over 60 or 100 over 50, whatever. Like, it would be, she is so stupid. She is so stupid.
It is lower level isolated systolic hypertension.
No, it is not.
Yeah, and it's not an average. It's also a pretty damaging type of fucking high blood pressure.
She's saying that 120 over 80 is a damaging type of high blood pressure. Excuse me, 121 over 85 is a damaging high blood pressure. Like, she's so deluded. So fucking deluded. Like, I don't work in the medical field. I don't know many medical things, but I know blood pressure because as a CNA, there's a few things that you do as a CNA. You take temperature, you take blood pressure, like you check vitals, and you change, you take care of the patients, like changing them and all that other stuff. So that was my job to know that.
120 over 85, dude. It should have been if I had an 85 systolic or diastolic. I probably would have had closer to like 140. I always mix up top and bottom. Top number.
She's so stupid.
With the bottom number. Instead, I want to say it was my lowest blood pressure average. I've been in the 50s on diastolic. And systolic was like 110 to 105 before. I've been there before, but average I would say is like 110 to 115 over like 65-ish. 85 under 120. Not the worst in the universe, just not good.
85 over 120. If you put 85, I'll show you right now. Okay, Google. If I have a blood pressure of 121 over 85, what is that considered?
Your blood pressure of 121/85 of a millimeter Hg falls into stage 1 hypertension. high blood pressure based on the American Heart
How?
Association / American
Did I
College
say
of
it wrong?
Cardiology guidelines, because the diastolic number, 85, is in the stage 1 range, 80 to 89 millimeters Hg.
That's not
Systolic,
right.
121. Elevated, 120 to 129 millimeters Hg.
That's not right. That's not right. 120 over 85 is not high. This is wrong. This is wrong. I'm sorry. There's new guidelines? Since when? Since when? $120 over 80 is normal. How is that? I'm confused now. How is 120 over 80 normal and 121 over 85 abnormal? Okay, so new guidelines. But this also doesn't make sense. This also doesn't make sense because she has a low blood pressure condition. Again, she has a low blood pressure condition. So again, this would not make sense. Why would somebody with a low blood pressure condition have high blood pressure? Am I Well, there's new guidelines. There's new guidelines. I just asked ChatGPT. I'm not going to ask them again because ChatGPT is pissing me off. For individuals age 18 and over, is generally below 120 over 80, with the upper numbers between 120 and 129 and lower numbers between 80 to 84, as the following blood pressure table shows before. So it's slightly elevated, but again, that's what I'm saying. It's slightly elevated. Slightly elevated. But again, why would somebody with a low blood pressure condition have a high blood pressure? That's when, like, that just proves that she doesn't have POTS. She has high blood pressure. She doesn't have low blood pressure. So, great. No POTS. We solved it. No POTS.
Yeah. Anyways, so it's not a good high blood pressure, but it explains why my headaches get so bad when I have the dizziness. It also, I'm sure if I really wanted to put the research into it or go to a specialist that I'd have access to, that most of them, they liked that I had a medical degree, although it was animals. Yes, I know I'm not special. Wow. But it's parallel in a lot of ways to human medicine. And I'm sorry, not sorry, you have to take boards. I wasn't a CBT because I didn't go to fucking take the boards. You know why? Because I was fainting and having medical issues. So I started working with pet sitting stuff in business. I was still in my field. Anyways, and it worked better for me.
Yeah, high blood pressure is a lifetime situation. She's not eating right. She's not taking care of herself.
You've taken telling me to do things that don't work for me. Get the fuck out of my face with that shit. Yikes. How about you guys find jobs and lives? I'm trying to live.
Why don't you find a job?
You're sadists. You're psychos, and you're nobodies.
Why don't you find a fucking job? Telling people to do something that you don't fucking do your damn self. Why don't you find a fucking job? What the fuck?
This isn't human, and I would never do this to someone. This is.
I'm vegan patriot, and I'm telling you all to get a job, even though wait. Sorry. yeah, guys, I would never get a job because I'm a lazy fucking bitch. I want you guys to send me $1,500 so I can get a car. But I'm going to tell you guys to get a job and get a life, do something that I don't do. You know, I'm the only person with fucking POTS that has high blood pressure, by the way. OMG, TBH, suck a dick a little bit.
I think many of you are going to hell, actually. I might be in purgatory, but I think most of you are going to be burning alive in hell, frankly, at this point. This is inhuman, and I would never do this to someone. This is not how I would spend my time. So there's that.
Yikes, TBH.
Anywho. Alright.
Abby. Abigail. Stu.
She's an angel because my bio dad did what he wanted, didn't give a fuck about my boundaries like nobody ever fucking does. I still complied my best because I'm a people pleaser and I wanted to help her. I wanted to know him. But I didn't get him to the dispensary. He couldn't enter fast enough where he was so angry that he realized he couldn't go in because he wasn't an Arizona resident with a card. It was only medical and you had to have a card then.
I don't know where she's finding this $1,500 car.
There's assumptive entitlement of things that people want to believe are going to work out for them because they feel that way. I don't feel like that. I always expect life to hate me and for me to have to suffer a little before I get things, but I know if I work hard enough, usually I get what I want.
You don't work hard.
Like I said, I worked through a lot of things
Like what?
before 2020. So,
How convenient that just right before you started streaming your life to the world, you were just this hardworking go-getter. And then just suddenly, just, you know, you started streaming and you just lost all ambition. Like, what? Like, okay. Sure. Totally. That's totally how life works. You're just fucking amazing go-getter and just, I don't know, as soon as you started streaming, just POTS. Your POTS took over.
I know when my emotional state is in my control and where communication helps. And when people don't give a fuck about me communicating and my triggers are crossed, what the fuck? You knew that. Y'all got content out of it. You made money off of that. That's sick. It's also criminal, but I
Money.
So, basically couldn't get my bio dad.
My bio dad.
As I rushed back in the heat, sick from work.
My bio dad, who was a kid when my mom got with him, by the way. TBH.
Whatever's easiest, whatever gets you what you want the fastest, and it doesn't matter if it hurts other people or if it's really up to
So her
you
bio
to
dad's like
take
16
action
years
on it.
older than
So
her?
you can and you can, or you can't. But anyways, I was playing by the rules. I also am a person that could not like just transport from where I was to where he wanted me to be then.
Bro, I don't care what type of argument I'm in with my mom. My mom ain't calling people and telling them that I'm diagnosed with a mental illness that I don't got. Like, it just ain't happening. That's not happening. That ain't happening. That's not real life. That's not... No, it's not. No. Now, I think that as far as the POTS go, I think that maybe at one point in her life she may have had it, but she grew out of it. Or she just grifted her way into getting a diagnosis. One or the other. Because she's crazy and manipulative. So I could see her bamboozling a whole bunch of motherfuckers. Like, yeah, I got the POTS. But if we're going to take her mother's word that she has POTS, we also have to take her mother's word that she was diagnosed with borderline. So do what you want with that.
After he just didn't even communicate, I literally asked for communication for reasons, guys. All of the things I talk about, this is part of that. This whole trauma dump you're getting, I need before I disappear, because I'm about to. And I'm about to fall off of no any of that. Honestly, really and truly, honestly. And I don't hate anyone either. I probably should, and it would be valid. In fact, the only thing I want for the person who wants me to die the most is to go back to their father who loves them.
Do I need to go back to the POTS video about recidivism? Like, I watched the video, and in the video, this guy looks really intelligent. He seems real smart, and he says, the biggest proof, like the biggest thing about POTS that proves a person has POTS is recidivism, meaning that when the person sits back down, their blood pressure goes back to normal and their symptoms go away. That doesn't happen with vegan. She always doesn't feel good. POTS symptoms are only supposed to be when you're standing up. And then when you sit down, you feel okay. So with the truck.
And they deserve that. Because I'm not someone's father. I was just a piece of fucking ass for a second in their life, and I don't have to fucking matter like that. But his dad did. Anyways. Yeah.
Vegan, I don't care, but if my fucking parents talked to a bitch that was trying to get me fucking sent to jail, guess what? I ain't fucking with them either. Are you fucking stupid? Are you slim slow? Are you actually retarded? That's insane for you to even say. Like, yeah, this paranoid schizophrenic, as you call him, is going to talk to his dad that it talks to you. Get the F out of here. You're so stupid.
I don't hate really anyone. I just like no one. I don't give a fuck either. And it's not a bad thing for me to not give a fuck. I have that right too. If you don't give me a reason to ride or die for you, which I will for the people I care about.
Ride or die, by the way. Grow up.
Right now. The people that had more than me and got even just the ability to look at the sky and appreciate it. Like when I was literally like so tired, I told the EBT dude, like, what place in hell while I was playing lawyer and having my time wasted in all these businesses and entities. And I did still have jobs, but they were hard, and I had to split the money because I don't have a car anymore. Because
that's illegal. You can't do that. You're not allowed to do DoorDashes with somebody else's car.
My mental state of focus was him.
Backpack. That shit was funny. Backpack.
It's all documented, and your stalkers, all you could do is put the effort in to stalk me for the right reasons. I don't want to hear that you can't find this information. I know you all have found things that you had no right to find, okay? So, yikes. Pretending that you don't know my reality is what it is just a cope, so start there. Do better in your lives if you think my life needs to be hurt so you feel better about yourself. There's something real twisted about that. Anywho, so Rosie, my angel for being...
Rosie Bean, man, I'm gonna cry again.
He said I couldn't do, possibly, and he could have done more, again, his part to have contributed to effort-wise to make what he wanted happen sooner, because I'm a human and I'm not everybody's fucking mom. Jeez.
You're nobody's mom, bitch.
Anywho,
thank God for that.
All these names in the middle of the dispensary was so embarrassing. It was when I went to regularly, and like, my Benjamin.
I'm so sorry. She's a victim by law.
My bio dad, because I thought my bio dad really needed him. He was supposed to come out with me to LA though. I left, it worked out. The little dogs obviously make more sense out west, and especially in the home I was in, it would have made more. I've had big, I just want to tell everybody that if you know on like LD, please tell him sorry, because Duke, we just lost Duke. And him and his mom were two of the only people who...
Oh, shut up. You don't give a shit. Shut up. You don't give a flying F.
It was my fault.
You fake
I don't
bitch.
think anyone did what I did and held it together as long as I did.
Oh, nobody's as strong as me.
Intentional and
I'm gonna pretend cry about Duke and then say nobody's as strong as me. You know what's funny, since you bring up LD? I'm sorry, Jen. I'm gonna talk about you for a minute. Just Jen, who is a whole mom, has a full motherfucking time job, okay? And has epilepsy, literally almost just fucking died from fucking totaling her car as she had a fucking seizure. Like, literally a mom, a wife, full-time and disabled, and she doesn't act the way that you act. She doesn't boo-hoo cry every fucking, oh, I'm a victim, feel bad for me. And she was actually domestically abused live for everyone to see on YouTube. Like, are you dead ass right now? Oh, you are. Be so fucking for real. Be so for real. And this is why I get annoyed. Because there's women in my chat like Jen that have actually been through it publicly. And they don't act the way that you act, vegan. They're actually disabled. And they don't act the way that you act. Figure it the fuck out. It's gross.
Rest in paradise, don't get beat. Rest in fucking paradise, guys.
Rest in fucking paradise, because I need to grift off of someone else's dog passing away.
Who wants to take Abby from me so I can run on the streets because I don't deserve that? Neither does Abby, and I don't think Abby would like that. Why would you go after my income and tell me I don't take care of my dog?
You don't.
Literally the last pennies I spent to do was take care of my dog.
You literally don't.
I then pay for bills that literally...
You literally don't. You don't have any
Literally
bills.
How I make money. I'm
You have
sorry.
expenses, but you don't got bills.
Yikes. So anywho,
Yikes your fucking
one scene
face.
is Rosie, right?
Rosie Bean, they died and I couldn't save them.
What? Is that one? Hold on a second, I'll figure this out.
Nick,
Long story
Rosie,
short,
chicken.
I went crazy, started calling me all these names. I looked at Benjamin's head
Benjamin.
as they drove off, and I never talked to him again. And then the day
Oh,
after, his
our bio
mom,
dad's
who I
dog.
believe was not the woman she ended up being, and my mom was right about the whole time, and she probably did really do horrible things to my bio dad, but she's very manipulative, and she had me fooled for a minute. It was just all horrible. And you know who I called the day that it traumatized me? My mom, or my sister, my grandma, and my dad.
Cool story,
And in
bro.
different ways, you know, they've always tried to love
Like,
me in
literally
ways my
cool
mom
story,
couldn't when
bro.
it
Like,
really
no one
needed to be
cares.
done. But right now, I'm not seeing it at all from any of them. And it
Because they're
hurts
sick
a
of
lot,
your
because I
shit.
really just wanted to make my little
You're the
sister
problem.
feel safe.
You're the problem,
Like, why
not them.
didn't you want that for me?
You're the problem, not them.
Like, honestly, why didn't nobody, when I fucking won my trial and I was puking the whole morning, like, why didn't nobody fucking say, hey, are you feeling better?
Because you're gross. What you did that day was gross. That was gross. The way that you acted towards Purple was gross. You going through with that, getting the order against Nick, was gross. You're gross. That's why nobody cares how you felt, because you're gross.
That would have meant more than anything. It's not about money. Actually, it kind of is, because there's base levels of humanity attached to it, but why?
Yeah, base levels of humanity. Like, oh, I don't know, not trying to take a fucking homeless schizophrenic's freedom of speech from him. Or because he says mean things about you on the internet. Oh, he said I killed my bee and I can't handle it. Don't watch. Don't watch.
Why does nobody care right now? Blows my mind.
Maybe because of how you
I
treat
think
everyone.
That's the whole point of domestic violence, but yeah, I don't know, man. This is like...
Maybe it's not, what is it called? What does she keep saying? Coercive, fucking a bullshit. I don't know. Maybe it's not, coercive control. Maybe it's not coercive control. Maybe, just maybe, it's you. Just maybe. I know, it's crazy. It's far-fetched. It's out there. It's a crazy concept. I know. But think about it for a minute. Maybe it's not everybody the fuck else. Maybe it's not Tom, Dick, Harry, Nick, your mom, your sister, your grandma, your fucking toe. Maybe it's not everyone the fuck else. Maybe the problem is you, bitch. Maybe you are the problem. Just saying. You know? I know, it's out there. It's just so crazy it might be true. It's one of those, right? Just think about it.
level, I can't really... Anywho, so basically, like, he drove off, and I was even further traumatized by his mother gaslighting me out of nowhere. It was horrible. And it was very traumatic.
Your grandma yelled
She
at you and it was
basically drove off
traumatic?
My Bubba, my Benji,
Oh
was
my
headed
God.
this far.
The dog that you
And I
gave
have
him, he
accountability
left with?
for all
Oh,
the things
okay.
he could have done that didn't need to go the way they went, and I tried harder than he did to make him happy when I was cut and disadvantaged for, which is all I'm seeing now still. And I don't like to be a burden. I don't like to be people telling me I owe them things when I actually probably owe them as much as they owe me, which is usually why I'm saying 50-50 in most situations. Like,
Mom ain't giving
so
Rosie
much
back.
for people when I could and didn't think twice. 'Cause
Mom
A,
is
I
not
either
giving
wanted
Rosie
to help
back. That
or take
bitch is
it away.
not getting
Like,
Rosie
either
back.
or. If you really hate me so much, a car, anyone to drop 1,500 would really be. Don't fucking pull to care.
I still, every time she says it, I still cannot believe that she has the outright goal, the gumption, the fucking unmitigated fucking nerve to come on the motherfucking internet with an attitude and fix her fucking dirtbag, fucking holy fucking giraffe lips to say, oh yeah, if you have an extra, just like $1,500, you should totally give it to me for a car. Like, what? What world? What world is that even gonna happen in? And that's normal. Like, who wakes up in the morning and says, you know what seems like a good idea to me? You know what I'm gonna do today, guys? I'm gonna go on the internet and I'm gonna talk mad shit to my supporters, the people in my chat that help me. And I'm gonna shame them. And I'm gonna tell them that they should give me $1,500. And I'm gonna expect them to do it. I'm not gonna be nice to them at all. Like, I'm not gonna, not gonna do that. I'm gonna talk shit about my mom. I'm going to talk shit about literally everyone and act like I'm nothing but a victim and say that the world owes me, so pay up. I want my car monies. Give it to me now. Vegans out on the internet like, it's not my money, but I want it now. Like, damn, bitch. You ain't even earn it. You ain't did nothing. Like, she won't even show a little bit of titty for the car either. Like, she's literally like, oh, people are dangling carrots in front of me because they're asking me to literally do something for the money that I want from them. Like, what? That's called a proposition. Okay? Like, that's what that's called. It's called you give some, you get some. Like, what world is you living in? You're going to have to do something strange for the change, okay? And if you can't, then you won't get it. Otherwise, you're going to have to get a J-O-B. I know, another crazy concept.
My face right now. I am not going to want to talk to you. And if you don't get that, and I haven't responded to you guys on OnlyFans, let's just start there.
Oh, no. No, she hasn't responded on OnlyFans. Hey guys, on OnlyFans, if Vegan hasn't responded, feel free to hit my OnlyFans up. I won't send you nudes, but I will send some pretty cool fucking thirst traps.
That everyone has done for me through hell that I had to save myself through, and then still wanted to help other people feel safer for it. Go fuck yourselves, telling me I owe you anything. Someone should give me.
It's all about the thirst traps, baby.
If you are worried about money, I don't expect that from you. What I do expect, though, is after I decided to serve someone for my rights to...
Everybody's worried about motherfucking money. Okay?
Or moral standing.
You're insane to even say that.
You punished me for that. I don't get fucking donations anymore. And then
you don't get donations no more.
That you guys would rather pay someone who hurts me than give yourselves a show. I mean, you're sick fucks. You're sick. And those of you that walked away and pretended it wasn't as bad as it was, you're really selfish. And I'm not going to ever be as loyal to you as I would have been. But I will never hurt. I do like you guys still, but I don't want to talk to any of you either that act like there's things I didn't do that I should have done, or that I'm not thinking of the most low-level IQ things that anyone would have tried first. Show that you actually really care, or I don't care either. It's really...
Oh, Vegan's getting bacon.
Send $5 chin up.
Okay, on that note, I love you guys so much, but when Vegan starts making more money than me, it's time for me to leave. Excuse me, that was really disgusting. Yeah, I wish it was me. I wish, because I would have stayed. But I'm gonna go lay right there, and I'm gonna go to motherfucking sleep. Okay? That's what I'm gonna do. But I think that in honor of this epic crash out that we have from Vegan, I think I need to finish the rest of it tomorrow. So, I think I'm gonna go live tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. Peace out, family. Oh, before I go, KK's live. So I'm going to share KK's live on my community wall because KK's cool. You should go watch her.